to Ladies Fright. My name is Joan. I'm doing technical stuff because I'm bizarre. There we go. And I'm here with Chris from Fear the Living Pod. How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, John?
I'm, all things considered, I'm great. Thank you for asking. Before we get into it, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself in case for some reason someone doesn't recognize you, either your face or from your name in the chat all the time?
Well, I am a Scandinavian immigrant that's been here for 3 weeks.
That's
Just got
okay.
my. No, it's not true, is it? No.
No,
Um,
that's not, no.
I do a podcast called Fear of the Living, and often I have Stevie as my co-host, Stevie from Truth or Demons, and we just have fun with the paranormal, and we'll call out people faking. It's not like a true debunking channel, but we will do some reactions. We talk about what's happening, current events. We bring on debunkers and other friends in the community, play some games. It's a fun place to go. Hopefully, I hope people are having fun with it.
Yeah. So, okay. That being said, we should get into why we are here today. Oh, thank you. I got a delivery. I got tea. Okay. We should go into why are we here today, and there's a specific reason why I'm having Chris here. And just quickly, hi Sherry Ann. Thank you for stopping in. I really enjoy seeing you. Oh, and look who it is.
Joe,
We got Joe fucking Vitale in here. I hope I
not
said
just Joe
well. I'm not
Vitale,
kidding.
Joe fucking Vitale.
Yeah, I was under the presumption his legal middle name is the F word, but I don't know. I don't want to dox you. I'm sorry. That's not why we're here today. Okay. Hi guys. Hi Celtic Queen and hi
Doug,
Scarborough. Good to see you. So okay. Why are we here today, Chris? What did you bring to me? I just like want to hear like from your perspective, and then I'll talk about it from my perspective, and then we can like really jump right into it.
well, I have secured a deed to the Conjuring house. No, okay.
Yeah.
I I was watching Caspersight because I'm a big fan of Caspersights, even though
Mm-hmm.
I know that he sometimes fanboys for the fakers. He's just enjoyable to watch to me. It's just become a part of my viewing. And I was watching this episode. By the way, I think we want to say, our condolences to Casper. Say he just lost his brother. Very
Yeah, he
sad.
just made that announcement today. So this is not about Caspersight, this stream, but
No,
I am going to ask that everyone be really respectful because it's not about him. We don't really care about his character. He's just a plot point in the story, and then we're going to move on. But yeah, condolences to him and his loved ones. That is very upsetting, and I do highly suggest everyone go check out that video just for some support. He was very open and honest, and I think that's fair to support in this
go
moment.
say nice things to him.
Yeah.
Go say nice things to him. But he was doing a top five. I think it was Mind Junkie, right?
Yeah.
And the first video of the top five, I was in the live for it, watching it with you here at
Hmm.
Ladies Fright. The video that wasn't it AI created?
It was not AI created. It
Oh,
was
okay.
not. It was special effects.
Special effect created. Okay, but
Yeah.
it was done openly as just an experience, creative entertainment, and you
Mm.
reviewed it,
Yeah.
and we had some fun with it. And I'm like, this looks familiar. This isn't. This looks just like something Joan was doing a couple weeks ago. This is the one. And then I messaged Joan immediately with a link to the video, and I
Mm.
never got and I had to go back later to finish watching the video because that took over everything. Like, wait a minute, because not only did Mind Junkie cover it, he applied a completely different story
Yeah.
and
So
context to the video.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. My internet's a little bit slow. We are in the midst of some snow here. But what Chris is specifically referring to is I watched a unfiction story or an ARG, which is an alternate reality game, created by this creator named Lizardmen Inc. Here we go. And he let's share real quickly just so we can all have like a reminder of this. Uh Perfect. And I think we look great with this. Okay, so Lizardmen Inc. is doing this creation. You can see right here in this description. Hello, I'm 21-year-old VFX artist. This man is very upfront. He is an artist. Has created this series called Obelisk. And just to give like a rundown really quickly of what the series was about, it was these visuals of this, at the time, a child seeing a creepy figure in his closet. And then we skip ahead to when he's adult and he's coming across like these houses, and they're like really well done VFX like effects. It's really nice. And it's just very creepy, and at one point a baby gets stolen, and then at another point there's like these bird creatures, and like there's symbolisms of metamorphosis, and like it's just a really well done project. But it is a project. It is an art project. And before we move on, I do want to say hello to some people. So first off, Florio, hello. Great to see you. And then what happened? Oh, Caspersight's brother passed away, I believe yesterday, and he put out a video about it. But we are not focusing on that. We just wanted to mention it because he was going to be talked about, and we didn't really think it's the time to make any critiques or judgment on him. Not that this is a video focused on him anyway. And then Sherry Ann, we did say hi. Julie, hello. Was it from White Noise or something? No. I don't know what that means. Glitter Flame, hi. And, okay. So, yeah. Oh, Obelisk. I know this one. Yes, it's so well done, and it looks really good. And I really enjoyed it. I'm so excited for when he comes out with another video. As you can see, it's been 3 months since the last one. So this has been out for a while. 3 months was that video. Don't look at the Skippity Toilet one. That one doesn't count. But the first video came out a year ago.
Why, Joan? Why?
I didn't make
why
it.
Why is it there?
I don't know. I didn't make it. Do we want to watch it? It's a minute long. But I didn't make it.
Not particularly, no.
So I'm going to stop sharing for a bit. So, yeah. And Hi, Spence. Joe was 48 and alcoholism. Yes, he did pass away from alcoholism.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, no, it was really upsetting. And originally I was going to show the video where he talks about it, but in that video where like he talks about this originally, he mentions that he was so excited because his brother like had like the tubes removed and he was doing so well, and it just took a turn, and it is really awful. So yeah, if you guys want, like, if you guys are going to make comments for Caspersight's like latest video, please just like be considerate. As I said, I would be not in a good place if we didn't mention something awful happened to him and we're just talking about him casually. Like, I wouldn't feel good to me. So, yeah. And then Joan,
I'm
hey,
saying
I
actually.
love...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I love the Warrens. You know, people can have opinions, and they can be wrong. It's okay. I can't help who you love, you know.
I feel like there was sarcasm there.
Who knows?
No, I was saying, like, I would say, I'm telling you, go to Casper's channel and say something nice to him.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah. Okay, so what I thought we would do for this stream is, since you brought this to me, and I was upset, and, like, I'll say why I'm a little bit upset, and then we're going to go and we're going to react to what was actually said. I have been doing live streams talking about these fictional horror stories because I'm kind of done watching fake ghost hunting. Never thought I was really ever into it, but it felt like people were just coming up with stories anyway. So I thought it'd be a better, for my time, for an audience's time, if we instead went and watch something that was made to be entertaining. Like, it was made to be scary, it was made to be entertaining. A lot of art was put into it, and a lot of care was put into it. And some of these are written in a way, less Obelisk, but it was like written in a way that can be seen as almost real. Like, it makes you question for a second, is this real? The other reason I wanted to cover this is because I looked at the comments for Caspersights, and the first comments about that video was, oh, the first one's fake. Oh, the first one's a fraud. Oh, the first one's not real. How long's that hallway actually? Oh, it's AI. And it made me so upset because now this artist is like, you know, people aren't going to go and look at it because they think it's fake. They think it's not real and there's no validity to it. And it upsets me because, like, that wasn't the intention of the art to begin. Like, I know, like, people get their own intention from the art or whatever, but, like, that's not why they made it, and it made me so upset. And I, like, wrote a comment, like, it's not fake, it's fictional. It's not supposed to be taken as real, ever. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess there is that concern that Obelisk would get blamed for making fake stuff, trying to make it pass it off as real, and that's not even the intention, right?
Yeah. But before we get into that, Chris did also bring to my attention, and I think this is like a good thing to talk about. Hold on, let me get to it. Not slapped him. Wow, I'm looking at the word slapped him. John Wolf did a video a year ago talking about, are these YouTubers lying to you? And he did a whole section, and it's focused on Bizarre Bub, but I think it's important that we look at this before we go into the Mind Junkie and talk about it, because other creators are also talking about this and have pointed this out. So I'm going to share that. And then let's get you in theater mode, because who wants to look at it that way? I love folks saying, oh, it's AI, boo, and it's not. Oh, wait, I detest that misconception. Yeah, no, it's really only, like, when, like, someone worked on something really hard, and then it's AI. And, like, yes, you do need to be cautious that things are AI because they could be AI, but I don't know. I feel really bad because Lizardman Inc. did a really good job, and I remember from that stream, a lot of people were enjoying it. And a lot of people are like, wow, this looks so realistic. It looks so cool. So, yeah. I generally like John Wolf's stuff. Yeah, he is good.
He's awesome.
So, okay, so let's listen to what he has to say, just in this section.
One of the things I've had the most fun with on this channel has been debunking
You know what would help if it wasn't on the... Oh, no, that's a fine speed. I lied. I thought it was on 1.5 for a second.
paranormal YouTube stuff. Slowing down a clip frame by frame to show where it was edited. Look at that. See that? The video's cut. Coming up with a common sense explanation. Dude, okay, the bike is absolutely on top of a car. Or testing popular ghost hunting devices. Are you a ghost? You are, but I find that what I end up doing the most is...
Did anybody in this moment go, oh my god, that's me. I do that. Look at me. I'm just like
not.
John Wolf.
Oh, that part. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the debunking. Yeah, the debunking part. Hello, James. It's good to see you, though. I hope you got some sleep last night. You were not sleeping at all last night. Don't ask me why I know that.
Having to correct basic facts, like the history of an allegedly haunted location being almost completely fabricated, for example. That was a wild ride. In my most recent ghost reaction video, I came across a clip from popular paranormal clip curator Bizarre Bub that really confused me. It's from Bub's latest upload, Scary Comp V97, posted just a few weeks ago. It's a strange video that looks to be just a really pixelated clip of a bird or a bug or some other animal briefly flying into frame. In other words, a total nothing burger. But listen to how Bub introduces it.
On a sunny day, somewhere on a peninsula, a man records a video of an ancient fortress that was built in 1725.
An ancient fortress built in 1725, notwithstanding, somewhere on a peninsula? Bub's being very vague.
I will also point out, if you look, like, Bub does credit where it comes from. So, like, it's like by Florida Man on this thing. Not all top 5 channels do that as well. The other issue is that, like, these are from TikTok a lot of the time, so who knows who's taking films. Like, we've seen this so many times where people will take clips from other people's, like, things and then re-upload them as their own and then make up a story about it. So it's very hard to decipher, like, get that information. Also, Chris, if you want to add something, just ask to pause and I will happily do so. Just saying.
Vague about the exact location of this place, huh? This introduction and almost everything else that Bub says about this clip is weirdly sketchy. Here's the original video, which a lot of you
Sorry, just this is a very important question. I'm not English. I don't know. I don't have crumpets. I don't
What
know.
are crumpets again?
I think like what we would call a scone.
Is it? Oh,
I think.
okay.
I don't know. I don't know why by my accent no one could tell that I don't know if I toast them or not. So, but anyway.
in the comments were able to find. It has 229 views now, but when it was first being linked to me in the comments, it had well under 100 views. Hardly a viral clip, but we'll get to that later. The title of the video clearly says where it was filmed. I'm going to try my best with this. Fuerte de San Felipe de Bacala, which is part of the Yucatan Peninsula. So why not just say all that? Why call it just some ancient fortress somewhere on a peninsula? Well, Bub says even more sketchy things from here.
While some speculate that it might be the spirit of a pirate who died while crossing the fort, others are simply baffled by the clip.
Now, you may remember that the video had under 100 views when it was included in Bub's compilation. Pretty low view count for there to be that much discourse. People saying they're baffled by the clip, people theorizing it's the spirit of a pirate. Well, there's no comments like that on this video. I mean, there are now, but only because I made fun of it in my video weeks ago. So there's no source I can find for Bub's examples of the general public's reaction. Were the comments fabricated? Well, it's possible there's some Reddit thread out there I'm not aware of, but the fact remains there's nothing on the original video. In fact, the only comments on the video are from people who came there from my reaction video. The sketchiness doesn't stop there either. Bub adds that the man who filmed this gave him additional context for the so-called anomaly.
He further adds that this, whatever it was, had been inside a closed-off section to the public.
So like that's another thing that we have to think about too is a lot of the times the claim or like how they present this information is that they've been sent this and they've been given a background story to it. And so is that even true? Who really knows? But you have to assume that like they have not done any further research than this firsthand account of things.
Why let the truth get in the way of a good video?
I mean, the Irish do say don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, but the AI for Bizarre Bub, I'm just kidding, we don't actually know. Actually, this video covers that if he's AI or not. Doesn't really have to follow that same rule. Who wants to understand cricket? I don't understand anything that's happening right now. Are you guys hungry? Is this the problem?
Well, cricket's not food.
No, cricket is a game. Oh my god. I'm not going to embarrass myself on this channel and talk about geography because we already know none of us know where anything is.
No, you got to come to
this
Fear the
niche.
Living for the embarrassing part.
Oh jeez. Don't ask me to point things out on a map. I will not know where they are.
Oh, you give me such good ideas.
Don't make me play geolocator. I will not know.
A closed-off section to the public, huh? Weird, because it looks like it's accessible from the street right there. But hey, now that we know the actual name of the fortress, we can check it out on Google Street View and find out for ourselves. So here's where the guy was filming from, and here's the view from the street of where he was filming. You're telling me this was closed off to the public? Literally anyone could just walk up there from the street. But Bub doesn't stop there. He claims the man who filmed added even more context to this extremely publicly accessible area of the fortress.
There was no way that a person could have accessed this area, as no one had stepped foot there for years.
No one had set foot there for years. How could you possibly make that claim? What, you monitor that patch of grass 24/7? Grass which, by the way, appears to be freshly mowed. Finally, Bub adds one last bit of dramatic flair to the clip by making this dubious claim.
The fort has taken the lives of many pirates who invaded the peninsula during the 18th century.
Now, I read a bit about this fortress and found nothing about
Thanks, James, for connecting these two things together with you can play cricket with a pirate's leg. Thank you for...
I was going to say real quick.
Yeah.
I was going to say real quick, Doug. Yeah, they fluffed it up, but this isn't fluffing. This is complete recreation. Complete recreation.
Yeah. I bought my dogs cricket treats. They like them. You're not helping with the point.
It's about to become one of the most confusing chats I've ever been in.
I know. Good.
pirates dying here, much less dying by the truckload like Bub is implying. Starforts.com, for example, a site that's very passionate about these kinds of fortresses.
I wish my lawn would look like that after not being touched for years.
Right?
as you might guess, has a lengthy article that mentions the fortress was built partially to deter pirates from attacking, but no details of any actual violence. Now, you'd think if this thing was sinking pirate ships by the dozen, they would have mentioned it. But I found nothing about murdered pirates. Not on starforts.com, not on the Fortress Wikipedia page, not on any Fortress enthusiast blog. Nowhere. As far as I can tell, it's not true. So, let's review. Bub was vague about what fortress this was, and even about what peninsula it was on. Then he made an unsubstantiated claim about pirates dying there. Then he claimed that people who watched the clip theorized the anomaly was the spirit of a pirate. He also added context, supposedly from the uploader, about the very clearly publicly accessible, freshly mowed area of the fortress the anomaly appeared in, supposedly being closed off. Most of the information that Bub uses to frame this clip is at best unsubstantiated and at worst completely fabricated. And there's too many possibly fabricated pieces of information at work here to be a coincidence. This clip, which again I would guess is a mid-flight bird or bug or something, is such a nothing burger that it needed to be dressed up a little. Why make the claim about pirates dying at the fortress? Well, so you can make the claim that this anomaly could be the spirit of a pirate. Why add unnecessary context about whether the area was publicly accessible or not? Well, so you can add an air of mystery. It's the forbidden section of the fortress. Why be vague about what fortress this is and where it's located? Well, maybe Bub didn't want you to easily be able to look this stuff up. This is, unfortunately, a pretty good...
And I think that is another huge problem, and it's less like for me, less talking about like giving credit to certain things. I'm as I've mentioned before, I don't cite my sources like Chicago or APA or MLIA formatting, but I do try to leave links so that people can see where I'm getting this from. Because also, like, when I do my episodes, I can misinterpret something. I could read something and take it a different way than it was supposed to be. And if someone calls me out at it, at least they can go and click through my links and be like, oh, that's what she meant. Oh, I understand. There is some form of transparency, and I have found that there are a lot of people in the paranormal section of the internet who straight up don't leave a link to anything, to any source. They just say something and I go, oh, I guess I'll just believe you, bro. I was doing research on this one topic, and I was trying to get other perspectives, and I came across three different YouTube videos where they would say something about this ghost story, and then I'd go to the description, nothing. I could not figure out where they got that information from. I'd go to the comment section to see if there's a pinned comment. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I think we do need to start getting into the practice of leaving links maybe for inspiration. I'm less keen on like having to leave links for inspiration, but I am more keen on like, hey, this is what video I watched. Hey, this is what book I read. Just something. Chris, do you have an opinion on this?
Yes.
Okay. You want to say it to the class?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide where the line is, because this one's obviously egregious, right? Because Bizarre Bub is going out of his way to make a fake story just to make it more interesting, bring more viewers in, more clicks and stuff. I think I'm stuck on the fence between... These guys put... I don't know if Bizarre Bub did. Do you know if Bizarre Bub has an entertainment for purposes only caption?
I don't, but I can check it real quick on my other thing that no one can see.
So I'm on the fence of... At least they put entertainment purposes only. At least that says something about what you're doing. Versus... You can't just out and out change real life. you know, like...
At least in the channel description, it is a 2-sentence channel description, much like a 2-sentence horror story. And it is, I make scary videos. Period.
That's it?
Enjoy! Exclamation mark.
Yeah, Bizarre Bub is just egregious with this. The one we're talking about later on here with the from Lizardman is, at least their channel says on the description, which nobody reads, entertainment purposes. But don't we all, like every one of us who goes in front of a camera and produces content for the masses, have some responsibility to not just completely mislead people?
Um. Yeah, I mean, completely yes. There's, as I mentioned, like unfiction stories where like the misdirect is part of the experience, but I think you go in either kind of realizing that later, or you go in knowing that that's part of the experience is the misdirect. So, yes, and I'm I agree with you in the way that if you're presenting yourself as an authority on a piece of knowledge, you should explain where you got that authority from.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So this one, like I would say with Bizarre Bub, egregious.
yeah.
With Mind Junkie, I go back and forth.
Okay.
I go back and forth, but we'll get there. I'll let you continue your
Yeah, we'll get
your
there.
planned show here.
That's okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to it. I think it's next that he talks about what I.
Good example of how the presentation of the clip is where the actual misinformation is, and not just in the clip itself. And this isn't the only time Bub has framed a clip with false information. I decided to cut this clip in my reaction to it from my last reaction video, but at one point, Bub is talking about a ghost at the DuPont Plaza Hotel. And this is how he tells the history of the building.
This exact hotel, which was formerly called the DuPont Plaza, had mysteriously caught fire, resulting in many lives being lost.
And a quick check to the hotel's Wikipedia page showed that the fire wasn't mysterious at all.
Okay, so it took me all of 5 seconds to find this information. What Bizarre Bub described as a, what was the quote, mysterious fire was...
Florio, if you're still in the chat, do you love this? This is not on dark mode. Do you just love that? Just love how bright this is in all of our faces. I actually don't know if you can put Wikipedia on dark mode. I don't, but I just feel like this is so bright, like on his face and reflecting.
You might have to put the PC accessibility on the dark mode or something.
Yeah, yeah. No, we were talking about dark mode versus light mode yesterday, mostly with Dust on YouTube, and like how bright it is on his own face from the reflection of the screen is getting me more than anything.
actually arson. It was a fire that was intentionally set by 3 disgruntled employees.
But just like with the fortress, saying that the fire was mysterious gives the clip a more tense atmosphere. Here's another example of a clip with an unnecessarily dramatic introduction.
This next video was suggested to me by someone who wishes to remain anonymous.
They wish to remain anonymous, huh?
According to them, they had found this video on social media with little to no context.
Now, Bub, be honest. Are you sure that you didn't just find this video under #paranormal on TikTok? And it was one of the most recent videos since it was uploaded on July 12th, 2024. And you were looking for clips for your compilation, which you uploaded the very next day on July 13th, 2024? Because that makes way more sense to me than this story about an anonymous tipster randomly coming across the video and sending it to you. But which framing of the video sets the atmosphere better? The idea that it mysteriously appeared on the internet one day with no context, like Bub says it did? Or the idea that it just popped up under #paranormal? Why would someone request to be anonymous just for submitting a clip anyway? What are you in the witness protection program? Just make up a pseudonym. This clip was submitted by Roy G. Biv.
John Wolf doesn't know about Homeland Security.
They intercept everything.
Yeah. Hi, Ken.
They just do.
Yeah, they get your emails. Everyone just be aware of that.
No one's going to look into it. The clip is nothing special, by the way. If I had to give an explanation, I'd say it's the shadow of a person standing in the parking lot outside. Just like the Fortress clip, this is a lot of work being put into the backstory of a clip that's just not very interesting in the end. All of these clips have been pretty incriminating evidence that Bizarre Bub frequently fabricates details. But this next one I'm about to show you is probably the most egregious of all. In his Scary Comp 2023 video, Bub includes a clip of some police officers checking out a house where a woman called 911. They get in there and some spooky ghost things happen. Now, what if I told you that this clip is actually a short film called The Body Cam Ghost? Here's the original.
So this is very similar to what we're going to be talking about, and I think John will make some great points with this. But the point is, this was a movie. This was supposed to be fake, and it was taken as real again. Or I should say previously. This is the again portion that we're going to be talking about.
Clip uploaded to the writer and director's YouTube channel and clearly titled The Body Cam Ghost, a short film by Julian Pettit. But listen to how Bub introduces the clip.
On November 22nd of 2021, 2 policemen were called to search a house. The events that occurred during...
I also hold on. We'll go back a little bit. This is a little bit dirty too. So as you can as you can see, it says Julian Petit Productions. Typically, if something says Productions, it is fictional, or it is being produced. I don't usually take it as like I say that in Dust Productions, but like it's usually something it's content that's being made.
Yeah, there's a lot of those in top fives where they just say it. They just say this has been submitted by so and so Productions or so and so Arts and Effects Company.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, duh.
You're like, okay, so it's not real. So just make that clear that it's not real.
The Body Cam Ghost, a short film by Julian Pettit.
looking
But listen to how Bub introduces the clip.
On November
Shows
20.
it at Julian Petit P. It takes out the Productions. And I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't know if that's the TikTok of it, but it feels it feels like you're trying to avoid the word production.
This is intentional. This is willful ignorance. This is just so you can put out a good video.
Yeah.
2nd of
Absolutely.
2021. 2 policemen were called to search a house. The events that occurred during the search have left both officers extremely unsettled.
So first of all, Bub is presenting the short film as if it's real. But again, just like we've seen with other clips, he's adding his own fictional details. The events left the officers unsettled? That's mentioned nowhere in the 4-minute short film. It's a detail that's being added simply for dramatic effect. You know, in seeing a lot of these clips from Bub, I've noticed an interesting pattern with him, and that's that the more detail and backstory he gives on a clip, the more likely it is that he may just be making it up. Because for this body cam clip, he goes...
So I want to put a pin in that. I want to remember that when we go through talking about Mind Junkie. The more details added, the less likely it is to be true. I also want to consider, like, and I know sometimes it's done for flair, so you have to, like, distinguish. Sometimes people will attribute how other people felt about something with no documentation of actually how that's how they felt.
That
So, like,
is obnoxious. I hate that.
Yeah, but like, oh, they were shaken. That wasn't said. That wasn't reported.
How do you
anywhere.
know?
Yeah, they feared for their life. You don't know that. Like, unless like they said like, oh yeah, I was so scared that I was gonna die. You can't really be saying they feared for their life. Sometimes it's used to make writing more interesting. I know sometimes I'll add a little something like that of what I assume is a feeling, but I try to avoid that language as much as I possibly can when writing. Like my scripts for the show, I don't do creative writing. Let's be very clear right now.
On and on. He even defends the video against debunkers.
Now, something that's odd about this video is that all the closets appear to be empty. The video's description states that the homeowner occasionally rents out the house through Airbnb, as to prevent guests/renters from stealing personal items, leaving the closets empty is necessary.
The funny thing is, Bub's technically not making this up. The video's description for the short film does indeed state that in the film's cinematic universe, the house is an Airbnb rental.
So it does feel too. I know that it comes up later that there was like a different name it was under, but it feels like Bub read the description and then just kept going with this narrative as well.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay,
Most definitely. Also, Airbnbs. Why would there be anything in the closet? They're for the guest, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think he like says that, but it sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it depends on the Airbnb. I've had it where there's like cleaning tools or something in it, but yeah.
Ken says our mics are lower than. Joan
Yeah, I
Wills.
just turned down the video a little bit because that's a pain in the ass to turn up the mic. So sorry.
Damn it, Joan.
Sorry, I can't hear it except for the way that I'm hearing it.
However, the key detail is, of course, that the Airbnb is fictional.
Now, another thing that viewers point out is that the cops don't bother turning on the lights. This is actually normal, though.
Oh, viewers were pointing this out, huh? Where? In the short film's comments? I don't see any. And what? They didn't read the title? Are the viewers that are pointing out these things in the room with us right now, Bub? And to put the cherry on top, he ends the segment by saying this.
This video, like most others, remains a mystery.
All right, stop right there. Stop right there, criminal scum. You have violated the law, or whatever the Oblivion Guard quote is. So, hit a bit of a snag here, actually, in my narrative for the video. You may have had this thought yourself while watching, and I had it too while I was editing just now. What if the body cam ghost originally did not say that it was a short film? What if it pulled a Blair Witch Project and it originally presented itself like it was a real paranormal clip? Well, that's exactly what happened.
Oh.
The original video of the body cam ghost was uploaded on January 4th, 2023, and Bizarre Bub's Scary Comp V71 was uploaded the very next day, January 5th, 2023, and this was the first video in the comp. Now, if we go
Also, these turnaround times are insane.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if he doesn't have time to do the research and get the story right, it's just easy for him to make it up. He's sure making a lot of effort. A lot of work goes into finding and putting them out the next day.
Yeah.
Like he's got time. He could do it. He can do it right.
With how much, like, I just spent 2 days writing a script that is probably going to make, in all honesty, a 20-minute long video. And the effort I had to put into looking things, well, it was 2 days of writing the script, and it was like a day of researching for the script. And the fact that I had to scrap, I didn't scrap it. I had to move on from a different script that I was working on, but I haven't done enough research and it doesn't feel like fleshed out. So I'm like, I can't do that, but I have to have videos for February. So I'm like rushing now to finish this other script and like to film. I can't imagine seeing a video and be like, yeah, I'll just put that in a compilation. Like, I can't picture it. And I'm not saying it's not hard work. I'm just saying that I can't personally picture it.
Do you think we're right to call this out and be angry about it, or are we just salty because we have standards?
Both? It can be both.
We're salty because we have standards and we put work in. These guys just throw shit out there.
I mean, I'm sure, like, the top 5 channels that are just starting who need to source their own stuff and aren't getting sent things, like, yeah, that's great. But am I supposed to really fucking think that, like, Bub is sitting there waiting at, like, twiddling his thumbs at his email, waiting till someone, like, sends him an interesting video, and he's like, please do tell me your backstory, and then, like, adding it, voice recording it, and then, like, putting it out the next day. And also, like, on YouTube, they ask you to do, like, a 20, like, well, that's for newer channels. They'll be like, upload it 24 hours and set it to private and schedule it to go out so that they can check for, like, copyright things. And, like, it does better in the algorithm that way, or supposedly, I don't know. But, like, am I supposed to sit there and believe that, like, they just, like, that he's able to do all of that within 24 hours? Yeah, no, maybe I'm salty. Maybe I'm a little jealous, honestly.
It's bizarre, Bub.
Yeah. Sorry, Bub. You know what? Call me. Tell me how you do it.
Go to the Wayback Machine, we can see the earliest capture of this video, which is from March 2023, says that the video title was originally just Body Cam Ghost. Didn't say anything about being a short film. Now, it is worth noting that the very next month in April, the title was updated to The Body Cam Ghost, a short film, and the description was as well. Also, this is the earliest point in which I can see that the comments were turned off. So the situation isn't quite as egregious as I framed it just now, because Bub saw the clip as just Body Cam Ghost and not Body Cam Ghost, a short film. Now, with that aside, there are still 2 points I'd like to emphasize. The first is that this clip was republished in December 2023 as part of Bub's Scary Comp 2023 video, which is where I originally saw it. And that was published 8 months after the clip title correction of it being a short film. The second thing to keep in mind is that this was still published in Scary Comp V71 only 1 day after Julian Pettit uploaded this clip. Now, Julian Pettit has about 50 subscribers now. So I don't know how much they had back then, but it was certainly much fewer. As we've seen with other clips, Bub comments a lot on the discourse of the video.
The doors opening by themselves when the officer searches upstairs are things that viewers can't seem to explain. Now, another thing that viewers point out is that the cops don't bother turning on the lights.
And I just find it very hard to believe that there was this much discourse in less than 24 hours on this tiny channel's video. And there's still this unfounded comment about the officers feeling unsettled afterwards.
The events that occurred during the search have left both officers extremely unsettled.
Yeah, we're good.
My point with all this isn't that Bizarre Bub is a liar. It's that I can't trust how he presents these clips. But anyway, I just wanted to issue that correction, make sure we're all on the same page. A lot of people get on to me for dissecting clips like this. They say that the clips are...
I think that's actually a good part for us to, like, leave off of. Okay. So, yeah. That was John Wolf. So I just, like, want to, like, remember some things as we look into this next creator, I guess is the best way to say.
I'm thinking context matters, and
Yeah.
the people, the viewers he talks about are ghosts too. Probably.
I don't think so. At best,
okay.
I think they're bots. Maybe not viewers. It's a different kind of takeover.
Well, they're not visible, so they're not bots either. They're ghostwriters.
Yeah, they're ghostwriters. That's actually a better term. But okay, so I want to just take note, like pause and take note. So some things that we need to think of, very vague details that are hard to look up, is a telltale sign that maybe they're lying. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Too many details. And like just how they showcase the information, especially if they're suggesting that they know what people like were thinking and feeling at the time when they've only gotten it from one source. Hi Wayne, how are you doing? So, okay. Just as a reminder before we go into this next one, I covered Obelisk. And you know, if you want to go check out that live stream after this, I won't stop you. But yeah, I covered Obelisk, and the story at the time, and still is because the video is not up, is there is this creature that seems to be like haunting this guy, and he sees it from his childhood up until he's an adult, and he comes back to a house that like kind of mimics his own house, and like it's very back rooms in the way that it looks, very liminal space. The halls are too long. I think I was watching, I think it was Nightmind maybe talking about it, and he was talking about cozy liminal as like a thing, and like it kind of goes into that where it's like it feels comforting but still strange, where like a lot of liminal like plays on the nostalgia but like the discomfort of nostalgia, and this is more like the cozy. But then like there's these creatures and they're almost bird-like, and a child is stolen at some point, and it's unclear if the child's stolen by a creature or if it's symbolism for an infant's death. And like there's a lot of talking about like metamorphosis. At one point the child is seen as a caterpillar, and then there's a scene where there's a butterfly, and like it's specifically a monarch butterfly. And I know we talked about how monarch butterflies are symbols in Mexican culture for the transferring of dead spirits. So like there's a lot there. Chris, do you want to add anything that you remember from it as a takeaway?
It reminded me of that rumored Silent Hill game that never released, but it was like
Oh yeah, PT.
a different company. It was just like going around in circles in the hall, and different things would happen. But it was just it was obviously, as you very perfectly described, it was like art. It was an arty film.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, if you look at Lizardman Inc.'s description of his channel, he says, "I'm 21 and an SFX artist." He's not hiding it. It's a project. It's an art project. I want everyone to keep that in mind, and we're going to see how Mind Junkie has presented it. And then I also want to talk about what happened after that presentation a little bit. So now I gotta share the screen again. I'm a professional. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Here we go.
Aha. Can't hear him.
Oh, okay. I can make him a little bit loud. Sorry, Ken. You have to deal with it. So we can't hear. I also want to point out, Lizardman Inc. is right here. Can you read that description?
That's blurry.
Yeah.
Is it blurry in real life?
No.
Okay.
Was uploaded to a YouTube
But
channel.
on this video, yes. Okay.
Men Inc.
Yeah, see?
The owner of the channel will.
So I already find that very dirty and being deceptive because, as I said, it's not hidden what it is, but clearly Mind Junkie is trying to hide what it is. He's going to explain. He goes, the owner of the channel, we'll call him Lizard. I don't know why we're calling him Lizard.
Because it takes more time and breath to say lizard men.
I guess, but it's not even about him. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to listen.
Yeah.
So you've heard how we framed the story. Oh, I should also mention before going into this, I think the character's name is like Ben or something. So like, it's a character, and he gets called, or David. It's David. Sorry. The character's name is David. There's a character in here, and he like gets his name called out several times. So him being like, you'll see. It's.
Call him Lizard. Believes he's being haunted by the ghost of his childhood friend, David. David passed away when they were young, but a few weeks ago, David's mother reached out and gave Lizard a gift. A mask that the two boys used to wear during playtime. Ever since receiving that gift, strange things have been happening in Lizard's house. Shadows moving in his...
Yeah, I forgot about this. This is all completely new, right?
Yeah.
There was no friend named David. There was no mask that played with his children.
Yeah, there was a David. It was the main
there was a
character, but and, like, you see everything from his like point of view. I believe his name is David. You see, I didn't rewatch Obelisk, unfortunately, before doing this. I should have.
Yeah,
but,
we should have. We both should
There's
have.
a lot of other stuff happening this week. Let's just say.
Really? This is a busy week with stuff happening in the paranormal?
I mean, not for me personally, but there was stuff happening, and I was paying attention to it.
What do I know? I'm just a guy that fears the living.
Yeah, as you probably should more and more every day.
More and more.
But there was never a mention of a mask. There was never a mention of a dead friend.
A friend, yeah.
Yeah. As I said, there is symbolism of possibly a baby passing away, but not a friend. There was talks about childhood, but oh no, you know where they're getting the childhood friend from? He says in the first episode when the creature is in his closet, I don't know if it won't show. There's a creature in his closet in the first scene, and he's like, that's my friend. He doesn't like being seen.
That's a big twist on that. It's a big change.
Yeah. I will say I did stop watching after this because immediately after the first 3 sentences, I was like, this is incorrect, all of it. I need to look at this later.
I'm sorry I raised your blood pressure by sending you this, Joan.
It's okay. It wasn't even the bad part of the week. It hadn't even started yet. And I get this, and I was like, oh.
What are you talking about? Nothing's going on.
Nothing's
it's been
happening.
a very smooth week. I was in the hospital. I wouldn't know.
Oh. Yeah, did you delete your channel when you did that?
Peripheral vision, the sound of someone calling his name when no one else is home. One night, Lizard wakes up to find his bedroom door wide open. He's certain he closed it before going to sleep.
And I do want to say, too, before we're going in this is all, like, computer-generated art. All of this. Like a video game. And I guess kudos to him that it looks so good that people are like, oh, this is, like, real. This is like a real tale. This has to be real. But no, it's not. And like, there's like, once you get close to some of the textures, you're like, oh wait, no, that's not. Something's off about it. But yeah, let's keep looking to see what he's trying to pass off as real footage.
And he lives alone.
Yeah, living alone is scary, by the way.
My home, which is something that's written as a thought. That arrow is not in the original, I will say that much. Muffled voice is also not in the original.
As Lizard walks through the dark house, he hears movement coming from downstairs. At first, he assumes someone might have broken in, but as he tiptoes through the house, he sees something.
Okay.
He thinks someone has broken in.
So first off, let's sit and think. Let's all be like, let's put our thinking hats on. Who the fuck has a window that looks in from one interior room to another, like, living room? Because this scene is specifically the last video, and he's going through like a nightmare version of his own home, like of his own childhood home. And so, like, he, at one point after this, he walks actually into that living room that he's looking into, and he's like, oh, this is my childhood house. It's just as I remember, but everything is, like, way too big. Like, everything, like, the ceiling lamp is 7 feet tall. Like, everything is wrong compared to when we had seen it previously.
And I still think that's symbolic. We talked about that.
Yes, yeah. All the horror tropes stuffed in there. I agree. Wow,
his blood runs cold. That's what you're talking about. His blood runs cold.
Yeah, his blood runs.
David say his blood is running cold.
Yeah, it is a assumed thing, and like, yeah, the reason he got David calling the name is because that muffled sound is supposed to. It sounds like David, which is like the monsters calling to him. and yeah, no, people, the first thing people were pointing out in Caspersight's comments is, wow, that hallway's really long. And it's like, yeah, it's long. It's not real. It's liminal.
How do you find a hallway that long and skinny to film it?
Some additions will leave windows and doors. The only time I've seen that is if the addition is to like a 3 seasons room. I've never seen like a window that looks into another interior room. And if it did, I would call that out as bizarre anyway. I would say that's poor planning.
Yes.
And I saw some really weird houses when I was house hunting.
That makes his blood run cold.
The loud movement is him running up the stairs. And sorry, I just want to go back to this scene because I didn't point this out when I was watching it, but I did watch Night Mind later, and he mentions how this is actually another symbolic scene. I'm just going to go back a little bit. If you look at him running down the hallway becomes longer as he's running down it. So he runs up, and this hallway gets longer the more he runs down it. Like doors are appearing.
Something appears from one of the dark rooms, but is not a head. It's the mask that used to belong to David, floating.
What mask? What are you talking about? There's no mask in this story. That freaking arrow. I know. I should have added that in my thumbnail.
So in the Mind Junkie version of this, is David's friend trying to kill him?
Okay, no. So in Mind Junkie's version of the story, Lizardman is the point of view that we're looking through. And David is the ghost wearing a mask, or the mask is haunted? I think the mask is haunted. But
I think the made-up story is more confusing than the art.
Yeah. I'm not keen on the narrative. Tries to emphasize on every word to try to make it sound scarier than it is. All BS. The thing is, yes, the story is all BS. But the art
is BS. It was made to be BS. They told you, this is my work.
Yeah. Hi, Lunanites. Oh, a scary mask. It's not even like a scary... The mask, the face is not the thing that's scary. It's the fact that that thing is like 8 feet tall that's terrifying about it. And also...
And there are visuals in the actual video where it's got a full body.
Yeah. And the other thing that annoys me is I know it keeps saying muffled sounds, but like it's clearly trying to say David. Like it's David. And I'm like, why would the ghost of David be calling for Lizardman as David? Why? What is... That doesn't make any sense either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, the original video looks decent, but it's CGI. Dude, where'd you find that hallway? It's CGI. Yes, it is. And it's supposed to, like, it's a very symbolic story. And the fact that it's, like, being marked out, like, as real, as I said, now people are not gonna go to Lizardman's channel and check out the rest of this. Or if they do... They're going to go, Mind Junkie, what are you talking about? This has nothing to do with anything that you said. So I don't understand the win in this. Like, either they're going to be like, that's totally fraud. It's AI trying to get us. And it paints Lizardman Inc. as, like, this jerk who's trying to grift. Or they're going to go, oh, that is really scary. I'm going to go check it out. And then they're looking like, what are you talking about? None of this is real. It's amazing how some of this crap gets played on these haunted channels. And the thing is, do they not have enough coming out of TikTok to, like, make up a whole thing? They have to now go to people who are working on projects and be like, yeah, no, this project's real. It's a real ghost story. There is enough out there. And maybe if this was an unfiction project that was based around an actual, like, ghost or, like, a cryptid creature, I could get down with that. But this is, it's just very symbolic. And also, if you look at the thumbnails, it has a cartoon bird on it. Like, it already doesn't make sense. But let's see what is said.
In the darkness, some viewers even say they can see a clawed hand gripping the door frame as the mask seems to stare at Lizard. Lizard slowly backs away,
it's
but
a
with the mask blocking the way out of the house, there's nothing he can do but try to find somewhere to hide. As he's searching for a hiding place, Lizard encounters the mask again, only this time, it begins moving towards him.
Also, once again, and I know this is like an artist trick, if you just, like, looked around for, like, 5 seconds, the house looks so bizarre. It cannot be real. There's 3 closets in that one room, and one has a trash can in it. Like, what are you talking about? Personally, the arrow is scarier at this point. I agree. That is a very scary arrow. Yeah, if they're making up the whole story, don't say the actual channel name they're using. Don't defraud people like that, I guess. And I'm conflicted on that. I agree.
Yeah.
Don't send negative folks to actual channel. Yeah. Potato quality cameras are still weirdly popular. Well, it's because it's like an analog horror. Like, this is all
purpose.
Yeah, this is James, this is all graphic art. Like, this is not real film or captured on a camera. This is all
or even
art.
intended to be believed.
Yeah.
Lizard runs and locks himself in a closet, the
I don't know who
camera
that guy
still
is.
rolling as he tries to catch his breath.
David. I fully agree, Ray. And this is like the last thing that has been done on the channel too. The climax, if you will. Yeah, no, we know. Whoa, oh, what's that? Oh, what did you
And the
blur
video
there?
cuts off.
What did they blur there?
Wait, what did
Was
they
that a caption from the actual video? Right down here.
David? I can read it.
I know. But they've made this quality even worse because this is legible in it. Like, this actually looks better in the real video. And maybe I'll play that last bit just so we can, like, compare and contrast. But, like, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
So I think the egregious thing here, if I understand your complaint, is it's one thing if a bunch of people upload TikToks claiming that they saw something scary and videotaped it. Sure, put a story on it. But somebody actually puts work in and says, this is my work. I want this to be seen as really good effects. And someone presents it as real and then sends them back to you. Then you're causing problems that don't need to be.
So, yeah, Luna Nights, this is an analog horror. It is called Obelisk. It is by Lizardman Inc. That is correct. The story that Mind Junkie has said is untrue whatsoever. Let's see if there's any more to this that they say. Yeah, no, why is the arrow there? I can see it. It's in
Where is
frame.
it? Where is the creature?
I mean, you've blurred it to all fuck, but I can see it. It's
Is it
right
the skull
there.
on the left? Oh no, the arrow's down lower. Wait.
Why is the arrow there? I can see it. Video cuts off. Okay.
The video ends with him trapped,
would've not
too
known
terrified to
if
come
you
out.
didn't say
He's
that.
convinced that what he saw was David, his childhood friend, manifesting
I also
in
love,
his...
if we just look really quickly, you can tell when they put the blur feacher on. So the video cuts off.
The video ends with
This
him
is
trapped,
nice and
too
crisp.
terrified to
You
come
can
out.
see it
He's
really
convinced
well.
that what he saw
When the light
was
comes back
David,
on, look
his
how
childhood friend,
potato can
manifesting
that
in
is.
his home. But the question remains, why would David be haunting him? And
Why would David be haunting him?
Why would David look like that? And was David tall?
I totally missed the front of this, my bad. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
what does he want? Let me know what you think down in the comments.
I think he wants the story to be told correctly, personally. That's what I think he wants. I do want to see really quickly. I have not checked. I do want to quickly see if the comments call him out on this. Let's see. Oh, we got a pinned one. Hope you enjoy. Midweek surprise. Happy holidays. Where does the first guy live? In the back rooms? It's like a maze in that house.
And terrifying, too.
103. I always get suspicious of the videos when they just don't turn on the darn lights. Well, you would know if you watch the original that he does try to turn on the lights and they don't work. He said he was in his home, but nobody would have that many doors in a house. The first video is an analog horror. So it took how many? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 comments.
Yeah, don't forget, there's like replies on some of those.
Yeah.
So it's
But it
more
took-
than just that.
Yeah. It took 4 comments before we actually got to someone being like, hey, that's not correct. And then, yeah, the first video looks like a Blender animation, similar to the back rooms. The stairs climbing was very unnatural. Very sus. And now it looks like Lizardman Inc. has sent this video to Mind Junkie and told him this story.
Yeah.
And yeah, once again, it makes Lizardman Inc. look like a liar that he sent this story to Mind Junkie. He was like, "Hey, could you please check this out?" And then this is what they've come up with. Okay, hold on. That first video clip looks like it's straight out of the back rooms, for real, for real. It has been hearted by the creator. You're totally right. The backrooms vibe is strong in that clip.
It's an analog horror from years ago. Right underneath that.
That is just so irresponsible. That makes me so angry. You had a chance to set the record straight. Someone's like, it's an analog horror from years back, which is not correct either. As we looked, it's the oldest video is like 1 year old. But anyway, you had a chance to correct what was being said, and you instead doubled down.
I think the only thing that makes this not so egregious to me is if Lizardman Inc. worked together with Mind Junkie to say, let's present this as a real thing just to bring attention to the video, maybe.
Yeah, but there's other channels that have done that, and thankfully, like, Nightmind put out his video first, so maybe some people will say, I mean, we can also, hold on, let me see. If we go to Lizardman Inc. really quickly, let's check out this last video. Let's see if there's any comments on it. Sort by, let's see, newest.
Yeah.
David? Implications of creature being his father. The rope. Nope. So it's still like talking about what it is.
These people know what they're looking at.
Yeah, but and like also I will say Lizardman Inc. has 92,000 subscribers. This video itself has had like hundreds of thousands of views. So that's like working well with that. But like if this was a smaller creator, this could like do damage to them and they could just like not be trusted.
Yeah.
And overall, it just doesn't look good for Mind Junkie because, as John Wolf said, like with Bizarre Bub, it's hard to trust. And now I'm not going to trust anything I see because it was a blatant lie. What this is, either someone like wrote this in and claimed they were Lizardman Inc. and then he watched one video and rolled off of it, or he knew he was lying. So like, either you didn't do any research into it or you just lied. And
If he can link it, he's seen and he knows the truth.
Yeah, but then as also mentioned, I don't trust you because how did you watch that put it into your compilation and go, this is legit. This is totally real. I believe the story I was told, and not, upon further inspection, this looks artificially created. Because it was artificially created.
Yeah,
don't know.
so I would give him a pass because he says entertainment purposes only, but like you said, what he's doing is potentially damaging another channel, and that's just an extra step that I don't think you need to take.
So, Luna Knights, Mind Junkie, who we were just watching previous to looking at Lizardman Inc.'s channel, put this in his compilation and said it was a story that he was sent about Lizardman Inc.'s friend David, who had died. Like, they were childhood friends, and he had died, and his mother or grandmother, I forget who, called Lizardman Inc. is like, hey, I have this mask that you two used to play with as kids. Do you want it? First off, very weird in general as a concept. But anyway, you used to play with this mask all this time. Do you want this? And he goes, yeah. And now this is the haunting that is happening after receiving this mask. It's like the way that Mind Junkie presented the story. And the reason we know about this is Caspersight, who like went and did a reaction video, and he watched this, and he was reacting like it was real. And I don't blame Caspersight for this, mind you, but the point is, it has now been perpetuated as a story, and I think I'm particularly annoyed because on my channel I've made the decision that I don't want to send people to watch like ghost hunting channels that are purposely like faking things to get views and attention. And I'm not a debunker myself, except for I guess right now. But I'm not a debunker myself. So
In training.
Yeah. So I figured like, oh, I really enjoy unfiction stories and ARGs and learning about them. And my whole channel is talking about the narrative behind paranormal stories anyway. Why don't we observe narratives that are made for entertainment purposely? And discuss like what they mean and like how it affects horror and how it affects the paranormal as well, because like yeah, like there'll be unfiction stories about demons and all this stuff, and you know, watch something that is supposed to be scary for fun versus lying about actual people who existed or actual like locations that happen, or even worse now with people talking about true crime stories and using them to get views, and like using them to get views and essentially like money and subscribers from talking about horrific things that happened to people 5 years, 10 years, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. No,
So,
look,
yeah.
I would recommend anybody who wants to enjoy watching top 5 channel videos to do it with a grain of salt. That's what I do. I think we weren't going to talk a lot about him. I'll just say for Caspersight's side of things, I'm pretty sure he's open about the fact that he says, you know, he's not really trying to go out of his way to know if it's real or not. He's just watching along with us and reacting like we would.
Yeah.
He will occasionally call stuff out if he can see it, but he probably has no idea about this original video.
No, and as I said, I do not blame him. I'm just saying like where we found it from, and then like if he's doing it, you know that other people I also react, and as I said, like we can look into these comments and we can see people being like, oh, that looks fake, like that person's faking, and like I think that's good. But it's good when it's something that's being presented as real and it's not real. Like the intention of the work is to be presented always as real, not this art piece that's being done.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in a top 5 video. Neither does the Bizarre Bub was doing with the body cam footage, because I see body cam footage. My initial reaction is, oh my god, this is coming from the police. This is legit video. Why would I question that? I don't care if you have entertainment purposes. I think that's real.
Yeah. Paranormal State started as an unfiction with their first episode, in effect. The first episode there was a demon that showed up that had been following them for years. Why do these demons have so much fucking time?
Particularly Ryan Buell. Ryan Buell had a dark almost like Dexter would say, like a dark passenger. He had a demon that would just haunt him in his dreams, and there are times where, for dramatic purposes, it was affecting him worse at that time than other times, and it would come up as like a side story on every investigation. It was so stupid.
But like, and that's the thing. So like, if you were going and seeing that as like a fictional horror story, I think like Grave Encounters is a good example of that. Like, you're like, oh, okay, that's funny, or it's understandable, or it's interesting. It's something I have to solve. When it's like someone's like, no, these are like really legit ghosts, and like we're putting in the work to prove that the paranormal exists. I shouldn't say ghosts all the time. There are other things too. Then adding in parts of it that are
Allegedly.
yeah, there are that are fabricated. It takes away from the sincerity of the things that you're trying to present to me are real.
Well, that's one of the things that really confuses it is the biggest liars in the top 5 video community will tell you, oh, 1 or 2 videos they'll go, but one viewer pointed out this, and that points to it may not be real. What do you think? And like that makes you think, oh, this is an honest broker, right? They're coming in good faith. And then the next one's just like this video, and you're like, well, I don't know it anymore because you just say shit.
I will say, if I remember correctly, he did not talk about any comments on any of the videos. So
No, not this time. Usually they use that viewer as a big thing. Just
Yeah.
this generic viewers seem to think like, no, what?
Well, I wonder if it's because they like didn't want people to click on the comments and see right away that this is like a fictional story. But as I said, you go to the channel right away, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I'm an artist. Like, this isn't real."
Yeah,
For God's sake,
it's aggravating.
there's a cartoon episode on it.
That might be the weirdest part of the whole channel.
Yeah, I do like
Those
that,
birds,
though.
the claymation
Yeah.
birds.
Yeah, I think it's probably inspired by Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, which is also great and like a good, like one of the, I will say, like cornerstones of like fictional horror on the internet. But I don't want to get into it because it did become a BBC show at one point and I'm not paying to watch it.
We'll talk later. I'll teach you some things about how to see things you can't see.
What are you, like a psychic trainer? You'd see
don't
the
know.
unknown.
My guides will lead us through that process.
My guides will lead us to free Netflix. Just kidding.
My guides. The minute I hate to say this, the minute a psychic allegedly says they're guides, they lose me.
Yep, as Scarborough said, that's why they blurred the homepage for the channel. It's exactly why they did it. They are being sneaky on purpose, and that's why I can't give credit and be like, oh, maybe Mind Junkie didn't know. If Mind Junkie didn't know, then at least his editor did, and they could be like, hey, I don't think this is real. I don't think this is actually happening.
Why are you dancing, James?
Inside, I'm dancing. Dancing for what? I swear I found all the episodes of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, even the BBC ones. Did you? I've only seen... I watched... Who was it? Inside a Mind covered the BBC episodes, but I've never seen the BBC episodes. But yeah.
You're just weird, bizarre shorts? Is that what they are?
Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared?
Yeah.
Oh. No. Violent Sesame Street.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, you should look it up. Look it up. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. But you have to watch it in order. It's like a serial thing. But yeah. That being said, we can just chat for a little bit. So does anyone have any questions they want to ask Chris or I? But make them nice questions. Actually, you can make them like slightly mean, but don't be too mean. I'm sensitive.
I'll answer anything.
I won't. I won't. But
Ask me your questions for Joan that she won't answer. I'll answer them for you, too.
Yeah. I will say, don't forget to pay your rent, guys. I will remind you at the end of the stream, too. Do not forget to pay your rent. Here, paying rent is liking the stream. You could also subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and that will be your forward on next month's rent. So just don't forget to pay your rent. Also, if you want to forward next month's rent even further, you can go and subscribe to Fear the Living podcast, which I'm going to get the link for that right now.
I should have had that ready for you.
No, it's okay. It's easy enough. I just have a cup in my way. That's the problem. There we go. Whee. There we go. That's in the link in the chat. Make sure you also subscribe there. I'm just getting fidgety. Ignore me. Well, we can't really ignore you if you're telling us you're dancing. What kind of dance are you doing? Salsa? Cha-cha slide? Oh my gosh, Chris, you need to watch Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I agree.
I'll try it out. It sounds fun. I like weird stuff.
Yeah, if it wasn't...
Well, it depends on the weird stuff, but I like weird stuff.
If it wasn't so... Like, I guess you could watch it, but it is quite graphic out of nowhere. But it's so good. It's so good.
You don't know
like,
I have to watch it. I watched Human Centipede out of curiosity. You know,
I'm debating on bringing it up on stream right now. And like my husband and I will like quote it all the time. There's like a there's like a song in there. And it's like green is not a creative color. So we'll say that. We'll do Don't Touch Me. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
I can relate so much.
Your channel just popped up for me, so you have a new subscriber for me. Thank you, and thank you for paying your rent. I really appreciate that.
You're doing the right thing. You're
Yeah.
doing the right thing.
Doing the right thing.
So
Do it.
do it.
Each episode has at least a song. Okay, we're gonna watch one episode of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Just one. Everyone be warned. I think the first episode has an image of a prop that looks like a human heart. So if gore kind of weirds you out a little bit, be warned that it will come up.
I'm a little scared.
Oh, do you not want to watch it? Are you
No, I want
actually
to.
scared?
No, I'm not. What do you think? What do you think of me?
I don't know. I'm just asking. I just want to make sure everyone's comfortable.
You're assuming that I am a scared little pussy, is what you're considering.
Made me sound like a little bit. Oh, have you heard Dust? Dust clipped me so much. I didn't think I was that clippable, and apparently I am the most clippable person in the world.
That's great. Yeah, you're
And-
best in clips, probably. No, you're good both ways. I mean, that didn't sound right either. I'm gonna
Okay.
shut up now.
It's okay. I think this is the first episode. Everyone be warned if you're not, it's not gory, but it is disturbing. So just be warned if you're not into that. Totally understand. That's how they get you. Rip your heart straight off the bat. Yeah, that is kind of how they get me. So.
Volume?
Oh, it's just a clock right now.
Oh. Does look like the bird video.
What's your favorite idea? Mine is being creative.
How do you get that idea?
I just try to think creatively. Now when you look at this orange, tell me please, what do you see?
It's just a boring old orange.
Maybe to you, but not to me. I see a silly face,
Whoa.
walking along smiling at me.
I don't see what you mean.
Cause you're not thinking creatively. So take a look at my hair. I use my hair to express myself.
That sounds really boring.
I use my hair to express myself. Now, when you stare at clouds in the sky, don't you find it exciting?
No.
Come on, take another
Oh
look.
wait, I can see a hat. I can see a cat. I can see a man with a baseball bat. I can see a dog. I can see a frog. I can see a ladder leaning on a log.
Think you're getting the hang of it now, using your minds to have a good time.
I might paint a picture of a clown.
Whoa there, friend, you might need to slow down. Here's another good tip
Yeah?
of how to be a creative whiz kid. Go and collect some leaves and sticks and arrange them into your favorite color.
Blue.
Red.
Green.
Green is not a creative colour. There's one more thing that you need to know before you let your creativity flow. Listen to your heart, listen to the rain, listen to the voices in your brain. Come on, guys, let's get creative. Get creative. Now let's all agree to never be creative again.
You know,
So let's all agree we're never going to be creative again.
nothing sucks worse than when you're doing like a macaroni picture frame and someone finds flesh in the middle of it. It's really weird.
I think that was a piece of cake. I think they were serving cake.
I'll watch more of it.
It is so good.
What's great about, I think the funniest thing about it is, and trust me, I'm laughing harder than you can see or hear.
Or we'll acknowledge. That's fine.
It's the best part of it is how it's just such an innocent, fun little thing, and then just something really horrific that's really hard to describe happens, and then it's over.
Yeah. Is
that all the episodes? They all like that?
Yeah. They all have like a lesson
Awesome.
of the week kind of a deal.
That's like, do you remember Yo Gabba Gabba?
Yeah.
It's like if Yo Gabba Gabba, you're going, there's a party in my tummy, and you see all the vegetables like swimming in his gastric acids, and then they all just start screaming bloody murder as they get like disintegrated in the stomach. That's what that's like. But they didn't go that far with Yo Gabba Gabba.
No, that was actually a kid's show. Yo Gabba Gabba was so good because it was an actual band who did all the music for it. I think it was like the Arctic Monkeys, like something Aqua Money, like Monkeys was the name of it, something like that.
Aqua Monkeys?
Maybe, but it was
Arctic Monkeys?
Yeah, I forget. But
Acquitted Monkeys?
No, it was
Mind
not
Junkie Monkey?
Mind Junkie Monkey, that was the name.
Paranormal Monkey?
Yeah. I will say, Scarborough said maybe don't do psychedelics before watching. I can never suggest that you do psychedelics.
I think it would enhance it, honestly.
I think you should be careful what you say. I think you should encourage people to do drugs.
Yeah. I am actually a straight edge person. I have never done drugs in my life, other than prescription. But
yes, same.
Yeah. The way you said that. Show us your arms. I can't tell if you have holes.
No. Not that. If I was to ever, maybe if I was, I think maybe a person like me would maybe allegedly do marijuana, and that's about it. And be boring
That's not
after.
doing. Does anyone count that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't do that either. But
the federal government does.
Do laws really matter? Okay, we'll go on a whole other thing that we shouldn't go into here.
Everybody, the laws do matter. I'm not encouraging anyone else to not follow laws. It's the kind where it progressively gets worse by the episode. It does. At one point, there is a cult. It's kind of great.
Are they all the same characters? Is it the notepad and the bird and all that stuff?
Not the notepad. So the bird, the stringy guy, and the yellow guy are all the same, like, 3 characters. And, like, if you saw, like, when they did that 3D thing, it's really supposed to be a show. Like, they swoop and you can see the camera people on the other end.
Oh.
Jim Henson is
Doug's got needle holes. Sorry to hear that, by the way, Doug.
I'm not a druggie. I'm a diabetic. I can't tell you to do drugs. I can suggest you listen to your physicians. That's what I can tell you.
That's a good adjustment to your comment. Yeah.
Jim Henson.
Don't do hardcore illegal drugs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. They're changing the rules about those every day, so I don't know what's happening. I'm certainly not suggesting anyone act like the U.S. president or anything. I mean, he's
I'm not
apparently straight
saying
edge.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not getting political in here.
Not on here.
I am not gonna say I agree with Doug completely, and I'm not gonna say that I would totally couldn't have said it better myself. I am
Yeah.
not gonna say that.
We would never say that. I would. But not Chris.
I
So,
say
yeah.
that kind of stuff on Believe This. Oh, I never talked. I have another podcast called Believe This. It's been kind of dormant for a year. Patty just messaged me. Actress Patricia Ray, I said it real fast. Actress Patricia Ray, who is my co-host on Believe This on the audio podcast, just messaged me that day and said, "Let's do one." And unfortunately, it will be kind of political. So, seatbelts, everybody.
I mean, right on the magic school bus. I need to get my references straight. Apparently, I know only children's shows from the early 2010s. Is there actually? Do you have any plans coming up for like the either podcast Fear the Living or Believe This?
Again, if I talk about Believe This, I may fire some people up about what the topic will be.
Okay.
But it's something that Patty's really very passionate about, and I think both of us probably are too. And it's what's inspiring her to go like, let's do another show. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. She wants to be her. She wants to say what she has on her mind. So that'd be a good way to start our YouTube channel up. On Fear the Living, I'm not sure if I want to say what's coming up next. It's coming within like a week and a half.
Okay.
And it's relevant to current events in a way that hasn't really been discussed in great detail yet, but needs to be discussed. That's all I'm going to really say about that.
Can you say what kind of current events, like broader current events or niche current events?
I would not like worldwide paranormal community. I would say I will say I legitimately believe in respecting women. I do.
As long as you don't reference Caillou, we're fine. I don't know the theme song to Caillou. I think it's like I'm Caillou. I'm Caillou. I don't know. I don't think I know it. That was better than Teletubbies.
Everything.
Teletubbies.
Isn't everything better than
Teletubbies.
Teletubbies?
Say hello. Hello. I do
There's
know
only
that
two
one.
times. There's only two times that I like Teletubbies. I had a next door neighbor who had one of the defective purple Teletubbies that would say "fuck."
Tinky Winky, you mean?
I think it was the TV screen on the chest.
They all have TV screens.
Oh, do they? Do they all? That's how much I know about Teletubbies. But like,
Yeah.
This one said when you squeeze it, it said "fuck," and the other one was on the Peter Pan Goes Wrong play. Are you aware of this? I'm going to teach you. I'm going to introduce you to something completely new. It's a little bit off subject, but Goes Wrong. The play that goes wrong. You ever heard of that?
It sounds familiar.
Okay.
Is it like
There's
an acting troupe thing where they just like
Yeah,
don't-
it's a British troupe.
Okay.
I think they're known as Mischief, legitimately.
Okay.
But they put on these plays that go wrong. So you can actually find, and this is probably not the most legal way to watch it, but I think it gets taken off and put back up all the time. You can probably find Peter Pan Goes Wrong on YouTube.
Okay.
Peter Pan Goes Wrong is hilarious. That was my first experience with these guys. And then he did a show called the Show That Goes Wrong, where they did like miniature plays for like an hour-long episode or a half hour. It was great. These guys are creative. And it's just everything that could possibly go wrong goes wrong, but scripted, and the show must go on. Anyway, at the end of Peter Pan Goes Wrong, here's the spoiler. Now, there is a scene with a Teletubby. It's just perfect. And you need to all go see that now.
Nice. I want more Henson stuff. We have to be able to see into other dimensions where he didn't die so early. Tinky Winky has a bag, I think. What do you mean a bag? I don't want to know. Bag of
Like a
pieces.
purse.
I think Lala had a bag. Lala was the yellow one. I do know that one for a fact. Oh, check out Avenue Q. You say that, Scarborough, like I didn't watch it live off Broadway. And it wasn't the first musical that I saw with my husband.
I never heard of it.
Avenue Q. You probably have. You just don't realize it. It has the song, like, Everyone's a Little Bit Racist.
I don't know that one.
Everyone's a little bit racist today.
Can you imagine if someone's just tuning in just in time for you to sing that little bit?
Yeah.
It's just like, what is happening on Ladies
Oh
Fright?
no, Avenue Q is like really raunchy. Like it's made out to be like Sesame Street, but it's like really raunchy. There's another song that you can be loud, like you can be as loud as the hell you want when you're making love. When you're making love. Oh.
I'll have to check that out. I
yeah.
do like musicals. I do like musicals. Which
Oh,
is
good.
not something you see a lot of straight men admit, but yeah.
I think Kenny Biddle likes musicals. I think at one point he had said
Does
that,
he?
like Grease was his favorite movie for a long time. Not to like slander Kenny Biddle if that's not true, but that's the inference I took from what he was
I gotta
saying.
tell you, because I do. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not in love with him, but I do love Kenny. And stop with that look. I do. But,
oh no, I was reading. Sorry.
I have a hard time believing that he's
The internet is for corn
Miss-
is another song that's on there, but they don't say corn, they say the other word, which I'm not monetized, so I can technically say it right now. Sorry, what were you saying about Kenny? I was so distracted by
It's not
remembering
important.
the music
It's not-
numbers.
not important.
Aw. The Baby Son, the Teletubbies was a freaky one for me. Yeah, that was freaky. I also like have like memories of them making pancakes a lot. Like that's my other memory of them living in a.
Now, you
hot
know why
box.
Barney's purple, right?
No, because he's from our
'Cause
imagination.
Because his arms are so short. Think about it. It's a thing.
Barbie
Joke. It's not
is
my
a-
joke either. I stole that from a comedian, by the way. So
Barbie is a dinosaur from our imagination. That is what the song says, and that is what I believe.
Trying to make sense.
Sounds
of that
like
one.
some Elsa Gate stuff. It is way prior to Elsa Gate, and it is so.
What is Elsa Gate?
Oh,
Am I learning a new conspiracy theory here?
it's not a conspiracy. It's the reason why YouTube is so strict about monetizing on ads and stuff like that. And it's happening again with AI slop. So what happened is once Frozen came out, there used to be a bunch of channels that would make these like short videos that were like high contrast and colorful and would have Disney characters or other like well-known characters for kids, and they would be in inappropriate situations. There was a lot of like highlighting on like pregnancy or losing babies and like characters getting together, and like if the kid, like if you watch it, it's inappropriate for children. And a lot of kids were watching it because the autoplay would go. And like they, like even if they were watching something that was fine, like the autoplay would go. And it led to the adpocalypse, lovingly known on YouTube, where then YouTube became really, really strict about like what you're allowed to have on, and that's why there's like kids only channels, and that's why you can't comment on the kids stuff. That's why you get asked if your stuff is made for kids or not. Yeah. So that Elsa Gate started, but it's also happening again with a lot of AI slop because like it's going under the channel. And there's a lot of like kink stuff involved in it, so it seems subtle and like maybe kids won't notice. But like as an adult, if you watch it, you're like, that is someone's kink, and that is really, really gross.
Yeah. So I've been saying this for a long time. Social media things. A shy girlish smile.
I'm gonna shy girls. Or see Paint Your Wagon, so the Clint Eastwood's like, no, I've never seen that one.
So the thing with that is that more humans need to be involved in the process, and we can't let. And this isn't like an anti-AI rant. Like we really just need people solving problems, or problems will be impossible to solve. It's like a lot of people probably people really like up and coming in YouTube run into some kind of conflict or some kind of obstacle, probably just give up because I'm not going to hear back from YouTube anyway or something, or I'm not going to hear back from whatever social media because there's not enough human beings involved in the process.
Yeah. Well, they're also using their own AI to filter out things, and like you lose understanding of it. So like
Context.
yeah. And I could be saying something and trying to describe like Elsa Gate, and then they could flag me because I said the word kink, not understanding that like I'm not saying it for a child audience. I'm saying it to
Right.
explain what had happened.
Yeah.
Paint Your Wagon is actually really good. It's impressive what they use to do with movies they build. Okay. Oh, he's rated my. Hi, Roger. Nice to see you. But yeah, it was just crazy.
So how do you feel? Speaking of, I just interrupt you reading Scarborough.
No, go ahead.
and read.
No,
They
it's
built
okay.
the entire town. It's
And
destroyed
destroy
it. Yeah. I don't know what he's saying, but the speaking of YouTube and impossible conflicts, not to get into it too much because that's not what we're here for today. But what are your thoughts on the whole thing where Side Eye Guy had 2 videos taken down for essentially the same reason that other channels were able to keep their channels up, their videos up?
I do think it's not being looked at by a real person at first. I understand YouTube's. It's easier to take something down and then reinstate it than it is to leave it up and go through the questioning process, because especially if there is something that is actually dangerous on there, then yeah, you want that removed as quickly as possible. There's the idea of things being I don't think this fully applies, but there's the idea of like whitelisting things. So a whitelist is when everyone is blocked from seeing something until they like get approved to be on, versus like blacklisting is when something is approved and then people are taken off of the list. So I think it's a better idea to take things down and then allow gradually for people to see it again if there's a question about it. So I don't blame YouTube there. I do think it needs to be looked at more. I think it's
There's
also
a consistency issue because there's other channels, and these channels, I'm not trying to say these channels are wrong. There's other channels who had the same complaint he had.
Yeah.
They did not get taken down. They got warned that this is a possible thing they'll get taken down for.
Yeah.
They had a chance to appeal it and then kept their videos up.
And so that's like the other thing, and I think it depends on like who is looking at like that's the issue, is that there's different people who have different discretions on looking at things. And you know, yeah, I think Stevie might have mentioned in Seg's comments during that live that like it seems that like larger channels have more discretion put on them than the smaller channels. And I can only guess that's because like these larger channels will have more eyes on it. So if YouTube messes up, they're gonna mess up even bigger. And I'm saying this like, I don't think Seg clearly had information on there that was nefarious or worth a privacy claim. I think he was reporting. I think he was with I think Taryn, who provided the text messages, was whistleblowing.
It was all
protected.
Legal.
Yeah. I think they've been up for a year. I think it's
Well, one was up for a year. One was just using video from that video.
But like the point is like the source was up for a year. It is in multiple locations. I think it's immoral, and I think it's a dirty play to use privacy claims just when you're getting talked about something that you don't like, especially if something has been up for a year and we know that they knew about it already. This is just a new thing in their arsenal that they can use, that they figured out. And so just before we go on, Luna Knights, larger channels have representatives and stuff like that to deal with YouTube if they screw up. Yes, but in this case, Seg is larger than Truth or Demons, but not large enough to have a representative.
Yeah.
So like
it's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah, like he is not a micro channel, he's like a small channel. So like Seg's a small channel, Truth or Demons is a micro channel. I'm like a super micro channel compared to like all of them talking about. But back to like what I was saying to you, Chris, was that like I understand both sides of it, and I think at this point I just really hope that the person who is reviewing it really looks into it and comes to the conclusion that I have come to, that like I don't think it's right to have this taken down, especially if other channels already have it up.
I hope there's a person reviewing it.
Yeah, there has to be.
It's
Also,
tricky.
We haven't, as far as I know, there's been no word about it since then. So I'm going to assume if they take a little bit longer on it, especially because it's a weekend, especially because it is a holiday weekend in the United States.
Tomorrow's a holiday too. Yeah.
Yeah, that it means that it means someone's taking time to look at it. That is like my hope, that they are taking more time to look at it. It sucks in the way that it's still down, and it loses traction and revenue the longer it's down. But we'll see. There's also other options that Seg has and can take, and I'm hoping that he will take. And yeah, I think, if we're gonna play dirty, I know this happened with the copyright strikes with Beardo. I jokingly said we should start doing puppet shows of everything. Just make everyone a puppet.
Just reenact it.
Yeah.
We can do it. Don't hug me, I'm scared style.
Yeah, we should. I have to head out, folks. Okay, see you. Have fun.
See you,
be
Doug.
safe. Probably snowed where you are too, so be safe.
I will
Sorry,
say
I'm
this.
just getting here. It's okay, Ghost. It's good to see ya.
I will
Mighty
say
Micro.
this, Mighty Micro Joan.
Yeah.
And I say this for me. I don't speak for Joan because Joan's her own self and her own channel. I don't want to get Joan in trouble. But as far as I'm concerned, you can take down as many videos as you need to. There'll be others who come up and follow suit. It's not going to end until you stop your bullshit.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I also don't want to encourage them to keep doing it, because where Seg is larger and has more broad of an audience, these smaller channels are going to come up, and if they keep doing that, it could be devastating to their channels. And I don't mean that in the way of monetization. I can mean that in the way of some of these smaller channels are just trying to get their foot in, and I'm speaking as a very small starting out channel. I would lose a lot of steam if I got into a brawl about this and then all of my videos start getting privacy claimed, and I'm just going to at some point get tired of it. So I don't want to encourage people to do that. I don't make privacy claims if you have nothing on there. Or, if something is it's publicly available. And I mean that in the way that you're allowed to do those things. You're allowed to show certain places, you're allowed to show text messages, and you should be allowed to. Okay.
What gets lost in that argument is those text messages are awful.
Yes, I'm not trying to lose that. I thought I went without saying that.
No, I figured you did. Yeah.
To harm someone's self and property, and in most states, your dogs are your property. I shouldn't say that. I know in the state of New Jersey, dogs count as property, so threatening to hurt, and I'm trying to be very diplomatic about this, but you threaten to harm someone's property. On top of that, you threaten to harm someone's pet, and honestly, Kristen chose the dog, so it is even more property. It is money making for her. That is disgusting on a moral and on a legal level. It's just gross that you would say that. I'm sorry. And Roger, to be fair, YouTube has been good lately. They got Beardo Strike sorted out and got him back pretty quick when he was hacked. Sometimes they can do the debunkers some good. YouTube's just the system that we're working in. I think we can criticize the system as much as we want. I think right now the system's working as the system is intended, so I can't fully criticize YouTube except for maybe saying don't have AI look at everything right away. Have a real person check it out. But I also understand trying to remove something quickly and having an automatic system to review it. That's not an uncommon practice. But I do think you need to have real eyes look at it. And it kind of sucks, but it is I try to also think about this, what if there were nefarious things in that? What if this wasn't Seg? What if this was Rob from Get Haunted putting images up that were explicit in some way or gave away information or doxed somebody? You do want this you do want a privacy claim system that removes the video right away and will put it back up. Is like what I'm saying. I hope we do get monetized. We will. Manifesting monetization.
Well, we have that deal we have if Ladies Fright gets 1,500 followers by Halloween, we're gonna do a Terrifier 3 watch.
Oh yeah.
If she gets 2,000 by the end of the year.
No, 3,000 by Christmas. I will renew my vows in front of Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear, you've always know, yes.
Yeah. I think SEG will be okay in the end. YouTube will speed things up. I think the more content creators get false claims against them, YouTube needs to get tough on those making false claims. I agree.
You'd hope.
Yeah, I agree with Aline Baker there. Thank you for coming. It's 3 p.m. I just woke up and I still don't want to be awake. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. It's a very slow day here too.
So I want to also say this. I want to say this also is that I've seen a lot of people in the community who are really strong supporters of Seg and Stevie and us and everybody go like, why do they keep winning? They just win. And honestly, it may feel that way, but if Seg's videos never come back up, that's hardly them winning. Well, like we got your video taken down, exposing me for being a horrible human being. We win. No, it doesn't work that way. They're definitely don't come out of this the winners.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a win in this.
True.
This, from like my understanding of it, is that this kind of stems, or this new drama stems. I don't think the original drama stems from this, but like this new drama all stems from Rob from Get Haunted. And I'm gonna say this as a small channel, not because of anything. I just don't want to get into the fray of it in the way that, like, I'm new. I just arrived here. I just got to the bus stop. I don't know what's happening. But Rob allegedly sent these text messages, and they threatened the life of multiple people and property and animals, and then proceeded to allegedly dox people and, you know, threaten them with harm. And I mean dox in the colloquial sense. I do not mean dox in the legal sense. But, like, told people where Kristen's, like, work is.
And her house address, yeah.
And her house address, and to go there. And I think that's morally wrong, and I don't understand for people like Frankie, who I've heard say that he is scared of the heat being turned up, which is very specific terminology used from very specific people in this world, the heat being turned up, to then side with people who allegedly threaten to bring weapons to conventions. I personally will not go to a convention. Like, I've never been to a convention, but I will not be going to a convention now because I'm scared. I am scared. Anyone who feels that they need to bring weapons to something, besides, like, personal defense things, like, I'm even iffy about, like, people bringing, like, tasers and, like, pepper spray to things. But, like, I kind of get it, but at the same time I don't. But I don't feel safe. So you've already lost, like, technically you've lost my money. I'm not going, and I'm certainly not going to bring my children there. I don't have kids right now, but if I had children, I would not bring them there.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want. You said a lot, and I know you're trying not to, and I've kind of brought that out of you, so I want to try to help you pull it back.
No, it's okay.
Because you do this to me, guys. Joan's cool. Whenever something happens in the paranormal community that's like, what the fuck? Before I even know that she knows what's going on, Joan tells me, calm down. It's like, stay calm, because she knows that I want to just burn the world down. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. And just, Ghost, it's just quickly, a piece of advice. I mentioned drama in my live, and now I have multiple videos about me. Do you mean that in a good way, or do you mean that in a bad way? Will I get more attention? I know I talked about it on Sarah's live a little bit, and I think I sent it to Chris. There's there's a creator named Danny Gonzalez. He's very popular, and he has a satire song called "Someone Come Beef with Me," and like the line is like, "Someone with a whole lot of subscribers, please come and beef with me," and it's all about trying to get more subscribers through a beef, like made up drama. But I appreciate that. I'm not, There were receipts for everything was said about him. It was no, and I don't.
It's
disagree.
hardly alleged. I mean,
I am saying alleged because it was not brought to a court of law.
fair.
And I don't feel like getting a cease and desist for no fucking reason. Like that's like
I haven't gotten one yet.
Okay, that's fair. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. But yeah, like I think it's very clear by my actions how I like stand on this, and as I said, the allegedly is just to because it has not been to a court of law, and to be honest, I don't want legal letters being sent to me because I don't have time for it. I have a job I have to go to.
By the way, before we move on to more comments,
Yeah.
The word drama gets used a lot. At some point, when it comes to guns and doxing, and threats and blackmail, you lose drama and it just becomes not just illegal, but it becomes serious. It's not drama at that point.
Yeah.
You're affecting people's lives, especially half the people involved in this, or more than half the people involved in this, have to deal with these people in their hometowns at their own events, or they have to give up a part of their lives and not go to the events.
No, drama is stuff that, spats in the comment section. You said this, I said this. People treated me rudely. That's drama. When it leaves the internet and starts affecting people's day-to-day life, which it has for several members here, then that's dangerous. That is straight up, that's dangerous. And I know like there was a comment on Seg's thing, and I don't agree with the person I don't agree with what the person said, but I understand the sentiment of sorry, that was gross. That like this is a lot of like someone new coming in and seeing this drama is going to be a lot. I wouldn't call this drama, but I would say that like it is a lot. It's a lot in the way that it's going to change people's minds who like kind of find this stuff interesting, and then they're going to come in here and be like, "Oh my god, like people's lives are getting threatened. People are, having their information put out there. They're having their credit card information, maybe supposedly, getting like hacked and leaked. They're not going to want to hang out. It's scary, and it's way too much. If you're an audience member, and you're like, hey, I want something to watch after my 9 to 5, after putting the kids to bed." I just want to relax a little bit, and like you come on and people are like, I got another legal letter. You're gonna go, oh, that feels too real. I don't like it. And I'm not saying don't talk about it. I'm just saying like, it's not serving anyone anything for all of this to happen. In the end, and like the side that I'm talking to and about are very clearly not the instigators. They are defending themselves, and I think you have every right to defend yourself. I'm just saying to the people who are instigating it, it's not going to be good in the end. This looks really bad, and no one comes out a good person after that.
Joan's not threatening anyone, by the way.
I'm not.
That's not a hidden meaning. Like it's not gonna go well in the end.
No,
I just know what I mean.
You're gonna lose subscribers. No one's gonna watch you anymore. No. I'm not gonna do anything. I don't.
Right.
I don't care about you enough. I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
PDX came as a shock to me last year. I was following her. She made a mod and seemed fine with her. I don't know what happened between then and now, but I wouldn't touch her now. No way. Yeah, she was on Dust's stream yesterday, and her attitude seems to be different about everything. I think there's a lot of issues with a lot of people inserting themselves, and I know I'm saying that while talking about it, but in my defense, I was asked my opinion.
I asked your opinion. I did.
I think there's a lot of people inserting themselves and then not realizing how much of the poop they're actually touching, and then going, "Oh God, I didn't know I was touching poop." And it's like, yeah, you're touching poop.
So
I understand that I am hovering over the poop right now.
So I was unavailable last night, so I didn't see Dust. Was she on camera with him? Did she take the link, or is she just chatting in the chat?
She was both.
Oh, she got on.
Yeah, yeah. She
Oh.
did.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't fully paying attention at that point. I was doing other stuff, but yeah, she was in there. But like, she had beef with someone else in the chat. It was bizarre, and she was just like, "No,
Was
I
it a
agree."
mistake?
No, it was fine. It's a nothing burger. She was like, Angelina's her own person, which is true. I would make the argument that you platformed her, but who's for me to say? I don't want to actually call. I don't want to
PDX
fight.
was very vocal about her support for Angelina and how horrible we were. PDX was in on it.
Well, you know,
100%.
24 hours can change a person. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not going to think about it. But yeah.
I'm with you with the whole, like... Oh, we talked about it out there. Never mind.
That's fine. Yeah. Eileen, there are horrible people in most communities, but bullies have to be stood up to. Sorry, I'm trying to make sense of words. Stood up to. Ooh. Sorry, that's not the right one. Here you go. Stood up to, or it teaches people to accept bad behavior that is in law breaking. No, I don't disagree, Eileen. Eileen. I don't know. I'm Elaine. Sorry, my bad. I don't disagree. I said in the last stream, if someone comes to me in good faith, I will respond in good faith back. But if you come at me in bad faith, I will defend myself. And I don't think anything is wrong with people defending themselves.
Not at all.
She
But Ladies
is-
Fright, Joan, we need you to put this fight up for us. Fight for us.
That's why it's good to lurk in communities for a while so you know what you're dealing with. I fully agree. We were actually, Sarah was talking about trolls before, like internet trolls, not actual trolls. It's very confusing with the last couple of things that Justin talked about. But I was saying, I don't know why trolls are in there giving themselves away. Like, lurk for a little bit before you start causing mayhem.
I know it's like it's so frustrating that we're a different level, but we just want to we're so frustrated. We want to hold her hand and teach him how to be a proper troll. It's just so embarrassing.
I watch her because she is local to me. Yeah, her channel festers drama, but she is okay most of the time. I've only watched when she's had Angelina on as a guest. And notice how I watched that live stream and I didn't talk
man.
once in the chat.
That statement, can you bring that back up?
Yeah.
I watch her because she is local to me. Yeah, her channel festers drama, but she was okay most of the time. I watch her because it's convenient. She's really bad, but most of the time she's okay. But she's really bad.
I mean,
What a way to walk that line of not taking
No.
sides.
no, I get it. Like, I watch the Jersey Housewives because it's fun to know. It's fun
Well, if
to
that's
see like
what
all
he
the places
means,
they've been
then
to, but I don't
okay.
think
if
they're
that's
good
what he
people.
means, it's okay. All right.
That's how I took it. Like, I don't think he's
Okay,
like
all
he's
right.
like, yeah,
All right.
she's okay. Festers a lot of
You
drama.
you can't blame me if I'm a little bit cautious,
No, I understand.
suspicious of people
Yeah.
sometimes.
I've been lurking, just not feeling. Oh, Julie, I'm sorry. I hope you feel
Hope
better.
you feel better.
I like
Yeah.
how she's like, oh, I haven't felt good, but the first comment she makes when she comes back is awkward. Julie, I see you. I see what you're doing here.
Oh, has she been in the hospital lately?
No.
Okay, different
No.
thing. Okay, hope you feel
Yeah.
better.
No, not like as like I said. So I was on Dust chatting a little bit, and I will say that like I don't mind necessarily like talking about this. On guard, you on guard. I don't mind talking about this. I just want to be very clear that there are certain stances that I will take in the way that I'm fine with critiquing. Like, in the public lens, I can be petty in private, which I think everyone's allowed to be a little petty in private. Not dangerous, but petty. I will not critique Frankie, Angelina, Rob, Get Haunted, and Co. on their looks. I will not critique them on their intelligence, we'll say. I will critique their behavior and their arguments that they put forth. So if you're, I think it is very telling of Angelina to, one, go into a live chat she was clearly not welcome in, and then try to garner sympathy for it. I think it's a bizarre tactic to take. I don't think she should have not watched the live. I understand being curious about what people are saying about you. But I don't think you needed to speak. And I think that was a bad look for you. And I don't think you were going to win any sympathy for it. So know your audience. And that's it. You know what? And every time I talk about Angelina, I get frustrated because I feel like I'm giving her great advice.
I feel like
she doesn't talk to me. I should make that clear. She doesn't know who I am, and I don't want her to know who I am. So no one go tell her. You better not tattletale on me.
You had me on, so she knows now because she really hates me. Yeah. So here's the thing: is with that moment, I feel like this is a playbook that gets played, and the plays get called over and over again, the same plays all the time. When Seg said he was putting up a video about all this, everybody said, when I say everybody, I say anyone I talked to about it, whether it be in my internal group or people just in the paranormal community, said, she will tell you she just went in the hospital. She will have a medical emergency as soon as you do that. And that's the same thing she said when she came in and said, she goes, I've been in the hospital. I don't even know what's going on. Why is my thumbnail up there? And I believe, if I can put any sense on anything that Angelina does or says, she wanted to go in there and garner sympathy, knowing she wouldn't get sympathy, you see. So if I go into this group of people in this community and say I was just in the hospital and everybody laughs at me and mocks me and says, yeah, we knew you would say that, go kick rocks or whatever, she can use that to say, look how I'm bullied by the community. And I think that's what she was looking for.
And I will say this, sorry, not to cut you off, Chris, but like I think this is very important. Personally, if I find out that anyone in this chat or anyone who has watched this in this community goes and brigades her channel, first off, you're giving her exactly what she wants. Stop doing that. And two, if I find out, I will block you on every form I can find you on. If you want to talk to me on this channel, too bad, you're gone. If you want to talk to me in Discord, too bad, you're gone. Instagram, gone. Facebook, gone. I'm not kidding. I'm not standing for brigading. It is unproductive, not helpful. If you don't like her work and you don't like her, don't listen to her. Let her cry into a void. And the same goes for Frankie, and the same goes for everyone else. Do not brigade anybody. I'm very serious.
It doesn't help. I know some people might actually have the best of intentions. It doesn't help. No. And
I will get angry because then, yeah, you're giving them exactly what they want. They want to be a cry bully. And too bad. You can talk about it in your private chats with each other. You can have your own little echo chamber in this sense. I think this is a great time to have an echo chamber. I do not go to them. And if I find out that anyone has, I will block you.
I've never heard that argument before. This is a great time for an echo chamber.
It's a great time for an echo chamber. Oh my, sometimes you just need to be two delusional bitches looking at each other going, exactly. But you need to do it in a box. No one else needs to hear it.
Leanne the Pitbull.
Oh, I got claps from Julie. I know I'm doing something right if Julie's clapping. They don't get views from me. If I ever want any information from their videos, I download them and get it that way. That's a good note. Download it so they don't get the views for it too. But like as I said, like, or just don't comment. You can watch, you can be informed. Just you don't have to touch the poop. Don't touch the glass. Leave it alone. People are genuinely mad at her for the action she did, and I think telling people not to do that has the opposite effect, cause it feels like you're trying to not let people have an opinion. No, you can have an opinion. You just don't need to say it on her comments.
Yeah.
You can, there are things I have an opinion on here in my home that I say to my husband. I certainly don't go spread them out online to other people, or even in even keeping it simple in real life. I don't say it in my workplace.
2 things you're gonna give her. Hi, Mr. Prism. 2 things you're gonna give her when you comment on her videos on her channel. 1, you're gonna give her something that she can use and manipulate and twist to be bullying towards her. 2, what you're gonna do is get deleted and blocked anyway. So it's really, it's just really a pointless function. Don't bother.
Yeah. Also, Wisdom, if you have a channel and you want to make a video, go ahead. I'm not stopping you from making a video. I'm just saying don't go to someone else's house or turf and knock on their theoretical door and be like, you suck, nana poo poo. Just leave it alone.
I have no desire. I have no desire to message Jacqueline Nunes and tell her she's a wacko, who's just starting trouble.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What am I gonna get out of that?
What are you mad at? What are we mad at today? I don't know. What do you want to be mad at? Sometimes I'm just filled with rage. If you want.
I'm mad at Pipeline at SeaWorld. Yeah. I'm mad at Pipeline.
Leanne the Pitbull Parazone. What are you mad at with that name? What are you mad at, Leanne the Pitbull? Oh, don't worry, Mr. Prism. You're always here, and you can always rewatch it. I'm actually going to leave this live up, and I'm not going to edit this one, so... Maybe I should after this. Yes, there are better ways to show your disgust than comment nasty stuff on their videos. I fully agree.
Actually, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
And even that message there, it's a good point that, threatening people... threatening to dox people, all this stuff is beyond drama. Mm-hmm. But going to their channel and talking trash, that's more the drama.
No.
You can call that drama, probably.
Because as a group, and I'm going to do this, and I know it's cliche, I'm going to do this. As a group, we are better than that in the way that we are not going to act like they act and act jobless. I shouldn't do this because there's a lot of overlap in the group, but don't act jobless. And when I say jobless behavior, what I mean is the internet term for when a person goes into the drama or engages with people to just cause a muck, and they act like they don't have any other jobs or hobbies that they could do. We have hobs and jobbies.
Hobbs and jobbies.
Hobbs and jobbies. We have those. Jobs
I have
and hobbies.
You know what? People don't know this. I don't like to give this away because it's not updated on my LinkedIn. I stopped updating my LinkedIn because I'm being stalked there. I may very well have a hob, and you can try to claim I don't, but I do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Mason's here. I'd be surprised if they do.
Mason's here. Mason's here. Hey, Mason.
Mason's here. Oh, Mason, you don't have to do this, but I think because of your line of work that you should look into the actual coding of the apps that you that have the open resources, and then you should try to explain that to people in a way that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
But that's what if you want to take my idea. Clip it. You clip it. Clip you out of here. Haha. Words are hard. They are super hard. And the worst part, people are gonna say that oh, I'm drinking. I haven't had a drink since New Year's Eve. I'm just not drinking anymore.
Do you know when I had my last drink? When
do you have your last drink?
I don't remember. It's that long ago.
That's a long time.
Or I have early onset dementia. One of those two.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I not to take the excuse of PDX, but I am dyslexic. Sometimes I just get words confused, and I've been up since 8:30 this morning, which is not that early, but I've been up since 8:30 this morning, and I was working on a script, and I have a lot of words just taken out of me at this point.
People sleep?
Yeah, I try to. Actually, I don't do well without sleep. I am not a nice person. Hobbs and jobbies. That's right. That's what we all have. Hobbs and jobbies.
That needs to be. That's gonna be a Ladies Fright T-shirt someday.
Sorry, I realized I wasn't live. What are we talking about? We're just complaining now. We're just in the complaint corner. Sometimes you just gotta air out your grievances. Actually, maybe I should
chit-chatting.
just, yeah, maybe I should make that in like an air your grievances out. Nothing worse than when you get your words mucking fuddled. Yep,
That's
that is
right.
true. I hate that it happens. I can't type. What the hell? It's okay. I can't speak. And I'm doing a podcast right now, so it's fine. No one needs to be able to use words. What are words anyway? No one uses them.
Phone's doing giant, guys. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Metaphor my mixes, that's right. I fail at typing. I do too. I can't spell, I can't speak.
Well, if you're on a phone, like autocorrect is a nightmare.
My autocorrect is getting worse and worse, and I rely on it more because I am dyslexic, but sometimes it just says a word and I'm like typing too fast and it'll change when I like hit space and I'm like, that's not what I meant.
I just want to know why every time I tell someone, like say I misspeak about something or I'm apologizing for something, every time I type the words, I'm sorry, it comes out, I'm dirty. Why is that happening?
Why? I don't know. What are you saying?
I don't ever type that anywhere.
What are you saying to your wife usually? I type too fast in chat. It's my failing. It's okay. Yeah. Headbutts keyboard in time. Your headbutt to that keyboard was very elegant and spelt out the words very nicely. That's really good. I'm glazing over what I said to Chris so he doesn't get too embarrassed.
What are you talking about? All you
Yeah,
talking
exactly.
about?
Yeah. Same here, and I use voice to text, and it asks me so often. Oh my god! So there's this story that I was I was messaging the family group chat, and by the family group chat, I mean my in-laws, not my family, my in-laws. And I was walking the dog, so I was using voice to text, and I was like, "Hey, I'm using voice to text. I'm so sorry. I have to wait till Justin gets home." But instead of Justin, it said Johnson, and I sent it without looking at it because I'm walking the dog. And everyone roasted me in that group chat, including my husband, being like, "Oh yeah, no, we can meet up for dinner later." Who's Johnson? Is Johnson with you right now?
There's some great ones. There's some great ones.
And then it only gets worse. So at my wedding was amazing.
Who
I
are you
loved it so
texting
much.
at your wedding? Were you
No,
like up there
so-
at the altar texting I do?
Yeah, I did. I sent it to him in an email.
Was it a proton email?
No.
like who's marrying me today?
Yeah. So my wedding was perfect, except for two things that happened during my my ceremony, and they were both due to the officiant, who was my second cousin, like a generation up from me. Like he had married my parents, so he was an older gentleman. Like we didn't fully see each other, and honestly, he was the officiant because I didn't want a religious wedding. My parents wanted a religious wedding. It was a compromise that we came up with. Anyway, he called my husband Justin, a very common name. He called him Jason. Not once, not twice, 3 times he called him Jason.
Do you take Jason to be your lawfully wedded husband?
It got
No.
the third time, you could hear the crowd whisper, Justin, when he said it. He's like, "Oh, I mean Justin." You're like, "Yeah." And the thing is, my mother-in-law is cracking up in the front row because she's remembering the Johnson thing at the same time that this is all happening.
That's priceless. Is this on video?
Yeah. No. Thank God.
People don't
Videographers
video
are
the weddings
expensive.
anymore?
Yeah. We debated on getting a videographer, but it's very expensive. So we only did photography.
I think we'll
I'm
start
just-
with a J, Julie. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dyslexic. It's awesome. I have to respond slowly. So do I. And I don't. And then I read it over and I say, "That was so stupid. Why'd you forget a word?" Close, Jason, Justin, close. It is maybe the first time you make the mistake.
You should have just said paranormal monkey.
No, because I'm not married to the paranormal monkey. Also, I hope his daughter's doing well. She's in the hospital. You jerk for bringing him up right now.
Oh, I was not aware of that. Is she
Yeah,
gonna be okay,
he's-
or?
I think so. He said in Beardo saying, I did send him a well wish saying, like, I hope everything's good, and he liked it, so he's taking care of her right now. But he was in Beardo's chat, so I'm assuming it's not, like, devastating, so. But yeah. Let's be nice to people, because sometimes people go through things.
But I'm usually nice to Justin.
Yeah, I'm not married to Justin the Paranormal Monkey, if you couldn't tell by my accent. And the fact that my husband has sat behind me before, it doesn't even look like him.
No, he was on this live. He was in the background there.
Yeah. Well, he was
Offering
before
you
we
tea.
met. Yeah. No. I'm not married to Justin the Paranormal Monkey. I'm married to another man named Justin.
You aren't?
No.
How shocking!
I know. Isn't it weird how Justin and I never stream at the same time? Just kidding. We just did a video.
It doesn't mean that
together.
you are Justin.
Well, yeah, when you
Have
get
you
married,
ever
two
seen
becomes
Joan
one.
and Justin in the same room at the same time?
I mean, they have. There's a video. Actually, everyone go check out that video too. And also, while we're here, pay your rent. And by pay your rent, I mean make sure you like the video. And by video, I mean stream. I still have to edit a whole bunch after this.
Woo! Happy
Not
Sunday.
Jason Hawes. Also not Jason Hawes. I'm also not married to Jason Hawes.
Where did
Jason-
that rumor come from? Just now? Just now?
Well, because I married a guy named Jason. At least that's what the officiant
Jason,
thought.
Justin. Oh, this is getting
Yeah.
more and more. This is who's on
Yeah.
first all over again,
Yeah.
but on a YouTube live.
Wait, is there more than one Justin? There is, in fact, at least two
Oh.
Justins we can
In the
confirm.
world.
Yeah. There might be more. I have not surveyed, but I know there's at least two.
This
no, also-
cannot be. He
Yeah,
says.
not... Yes. Also, yeah, not Jason Hawes, though he is geographically closer to me than the Paranormal Monkey. Put the cookie down and hit that like button. That's right. Stop eating cookies and hit the like button. I'm not doing the whole song because I'm not as good as Alec Baldwin as a baby.
I don't know the reference.
It was a Beardo has it, and it's a
Oh,
scene
okay.
from Boss Baby, I think. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 or 15. I don't know how many Boss Babies there are. So who was Johnson? I still don't know.
The Rock?
No, I think his name's Dwayne.
Oh, okay.
Smash that like button. Yeah. I'm gonna be married to everybody by the end of this.
You know, you may need Jesus in your life.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was confirmed. It's fine. We have an okay relationship.
Oh, you were confirmed.
Yeah. You know, like sometimes you have those buddies and then you lose touch with them. That's me and Jesus. We just lost touch after high school. Mostly. Jason, like
So,
mask wearing
relationships
Jason.
are
Once again, that Jason, even more geographically close than Jason Hawes.
He took Manhattan, didn't he?
Yeah, Jason Voorhees.
Well,
and
where
I-
was Camp Crystal Lake supposed to be again?
So it was filmed in a place called Blairstown,
Blairstown,
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Oh,
think-
but where was it fictionally supposed to be?
I think in Blair's, was it not?
So it was just accurate. Okay.
Blair's-
I should know this being a horror fan, but I have my moments.
It's in a fictional town in
Oh,
Crystal
Julie,
Lake,
no, don't
New
do that.
Jersey. It's supposed to be in the actual place is in Hardwick, New Jersey.
Hardwick, New Jersey. Okay.
But like, there's like a truck I think it says at one point that says like Blairstown on it, which is Hardwick and Blairstown are nowhere close to each other. There is a diner in Blairstown, New Jersey, and it's supposed to be themed like
Oh,
Friday
cool.
the 13th. But by that I mean there is like a life-size Jason statue thing, and then fake bloody handprints on the wall.
Cool.
Very nice.
I mean, what else is there in New Jersey? So I mean,
Yeah, there's nothing in New Jersey. We don't have anything going on. That's far too many J names in this world. Yeah, I think it's like one of the most like common like starter. I mean, if you look at the 13 or 15 kids, how many kids and counting? 19 kids and counting, I think they stopped at. They all have J names after their father, Jim Bob. Yeah. Julie wants to know if you're married. Julie, another J name.
No, she's trying to start a new rumor, but I am though, not to Joan.
Not to me.
I
Chris
just
doesn't
met-
even start with J.
I just met Joan like 5 minutes ago. Relatively.
Yeah, Jersey sucks, but I lived in Delaware. Fun fact, I don't think Delaware exists, so take that. Jersey doesn't suck.
I have no opinion.
Yeah, you should keep it that way. I will defend Jersey. Though it is really funny. I like talked to Chris, and Chris and I were talking, and he's like, "You don't sound like you're from Jersey," and I was like, "Well, if you're using Taryn as like the example, yes, I don't sound like Taryn, but I did hear her, and immediately went, she's from New Jersey."
Taryn aside.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, your voice isn't obnoxious enough to be from New Jersey. Am I gonna alienate a bunch of people with that comment?
Yeah.
How big is our New Jersey audience?
It's gonna be larger now. They come out in droves if you speak badly about them, and they should. We all support each other. It's great. I was just watching TikTok, and there was like someone talking about how this Japanese woman traveled through New Jersey for a month, and like people were commenting things for her to do, and like when she left recently, she made a video, and she's like, I feel like I am an honorary Jerseyan, and it feels lovely. And the girl was like, you are, and I'm so proud of our country of New Jersey. And I was like, I'm also proud of our country of New Jersey. I agree. Delaware is someone who understands Dell computers. Yes, they are aware of, they don't even understand the computers, they just aware that that company exists.
I'm still processing the story from a second ago.
Why? It's a great story.
I don't know.
You don't have an accent. I do have an accent. It's just not on every word. If I get angry at my pets, I tell them to, can you open the door for the dogs? You get the dogs to stop. I tell
the
them to
dogs,
stop.
the dogs. I can't
The
do
dogs,
it.
the dog.
The dog,
No, it's
the dogs.
dogs.
Yeah.
Did you say ducks? What are you saying? That's not how you say my accent either.
Oh no, I'm a dude. I can't possibly sound like you.
Dogs. Yeah, dogs. And then like in the morning, I like to have a cup of coffee. I can say dogs properly if I think of the word blog. So dog. But I can't say coffee any other way. It is a coffee.
Here's the thing, because everything else you say is concise, that when you do that, it's not as noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's every other word, then it's gonna be like, yeah, that's how she talks.
Yeah.
Poor
I mean,
Joan.
like I could put on an accent, and I do feel like my accent gets stronger when I'm not in New Jersey. Like I went to college in like Vermont for a while, and every time I got annoyed, I'd be like, "Stop it! Don't do that. I hate that." So, it gets stronger. Also, when I was in Vermont and two Jersey people would like, I'd find another Jerseyite, and we'd start going at it. We'd talk a mile a minute. Like I know I talk fast. I was on Raw Side. You should also check that out. I was on Raw Side Paranormal.
It was
for an
good.
interview.
It was good.
And I got commented, maybe not in the most constructively critical way, that I talked too fast.
Who said that to you?
They're like, how many breaths has she taken since she started?
Who said that?
I don't know, somebody. Random person.
It wasn't me, was it?
No, it wasn't.
I mean, I can see myself saying that,
Yeah.
but just to mess with you, not seriously.
No, and like I'm not upset about it. I understand what they. I wish they would say it. In a
Well, you're
nicer
still
way.
thinking about it, so obviously it affected you in some way.
No. I was gonna say I wish they had said it in a nicer way, and then I wouldn't have to try to like figure out what they were talking about. And I have no problem like slowing down. And I don't realize when I get nervous that I do talk fast. But I was nervous, admittedly, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll take a breath. I'll talk a little bit slower. But yeah, I do talk fast when I'm nervous, and I think for people who are in the tri-state area, in northern parts of the East Coast of the U.S., it sounds better, or like it's understandable. But like to people who are like
Everybody's nervous on the Upper East Coast.
no, we just have we have a lot of places to be, and we don't have a lot of time to get there because there's traffic. There's always traffic, so we gotta say what we gotta say fast, and we gotta do it like right away.
So let me ask you this: Why do you
Yeah.
think? Why do you think it is that your accent's not as strong as other people? Is that something to do with your house when you grow up, or is that something to do with origins, or what?
I have no clue. So, and like, both my parents were born and raised in New Jersey. I think my mom was technically born in Vermont, but they moved to New Jersey when she was 4. So she was like, she's always been from New Jersey. Her family previously was from New Jersey. My grandparents were all from New Jersey. Everyone's been to New Jersey. My mom grew up in a place, and she sounds like me. We virtually have the same accent. And then the neighbor she grew up next to, for some reason, always talks like this. Like, this is how she talks. I don't know. I don't know who distinguishes what part gets an accent and who doesn't. The other thing you have to realize about New Jersey is I technically have what's considered a North Jersey accent because I'm closer to New York City. If you go to South Jersey, they don't say coffee there. They have a Philly accent, so it's more of a like dropping of the T's. Like how Kenny Biddle talks is more how people in South Jersey talk because they're closer to Philly. There are 2 distinct accents in New Jersey.
Interesting.
So, but I don't know. I don't know how. I guess it's who you're raised with. If maybe like your family came from New York at some point. This is how I sound. This is how like a lot of people I know sound.
Well, it's how it happens, though, doesn't it? Like I know, like when I go to Baltimore, Maryland, and hang out with old friends from my teen years, and we go to the mean streets of Baltimore to have fun, and I'm there for a week, and I come back to Florida, I'm talking street talk from Baltimore more than regular talk. It just happens to us. We just take on whatever environment we're in.
Leanne says Jersey is once you get away from Newark. So that's another thing. The way I read Newark, it also defines where you're from in New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because some people say Newark. Like if you're from Newark, you'll say Newark.
Why?
I don't know. And
Well-
I think I specifically emphasize on saying Newark because when I was growing up, I would be very confused when my parents were talking about New York versus Newark. So like I'm very distinct in how I say it to like remind myself. But what Leanne is mostly talking about is the airport. Yeah, so like a lot of people will come to Jersey and they think that we're the airport and that we're the shore. And I would argue that the shore is its own being in New Jersey. So like you have North Jersey, South Jersey, the mythical Central Jersey. It's mythical because everyone agrees that it exists, but we don't know where it starts and ends. And then the shore is itself. And like even the fact that we call it the shore, is like a colloquial term. So the beach. We have like a coastline. I was watching a video recently and they were talking about how New Jersey is actually technically a peninsula because it's defined by all its water. So in the north, you have the Delaware Water Gap, which cuts it off from Pennsylvania, and that the Delaware River goes all the way down to the South Jersey and lets out into the ocean, which cuts us off from like the other areas. The only state that we're attached to without a body of water is New York. These are Jersey facts.
Well, you just gave me some geography there.
Yeah, that's the only geography. Don't ask me where anything is elsewhere. I don't know where anything is.
You know where Texas is?
I heard nobody lives in Jersey. They just work there. That's untrue. A lot of people live in New Jersey. My taxes disagree with you.
When I spent $26 to accidentally take a toll over there and came back, the first thing I saw before making a U-turn was a bunch of houses.
Yeah, I would actually make the argument no one lives in New York. Everyone commutes from New Jersey to New York City. But yeah.
Possible.
My Boston comes out strong when I'm not paying attention. That's the other thing. Yeah. It's funny. I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I have a Jersey accent," and then, or like I'll hear people go like try to do a New York accent, and then they they say something and I'm like, that is a Boston accent. That is not a New Jersey accent. The major difference is we do aw and they do eh. So like pack the car and have a yad versus like park the car in Harvard Yard. It's like park the car.
I can do some accents. They're usually just not the ones I'm trying to do. Is how that ends up.
Yeah. Still better than my accent. Sage could tell where I was from within 5 minutes of my stream. I just like to be an enigma. No one needs to know. I didn't notice you had an accent, Mr. Prism. See, Mr. Prism, you don't have to worry about that. And then
Have I subscribed to Mr. Prism yet? Am I a jerk?
I think he just did a live like the other day. I haven't checked it out yet, or was it this morning? The days are bleeding in.
Mr.
Jersey is
Prism's
cool.
always nice to me. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I follow him?
He's very nice. I enjoy his company. Jersey is cool because they have their own devil. How many states have their own devil? That is right. We do have the Jersey Devil. He lives in the Pine Barrens, which is in the south of Jersey. And, I think it was Napoleon's brother came over at one point and tried to search for him. Napoleon Bonaparte.
I don't know the story really.
Oh, I'll cover that one day if you want me to. That's a fun story. Mrs. Leeds, Mother Leeds, they call her. Is there one place or state that everyone collectively just hates or poops on? Florida.
You know, the great thing about Florida Man is you can always count on the fact that Florida Man, when they say that, they're not talking about me. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
So I don't. We live in Florida. We have our problems with the state for certain things, but there's some perks to living here that I don't want to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah. If you want to hate Florida, I understand it 100%.
I don't hate
If you want
Florida.
to poop on it, poop on it. Definitely poop on. Oh, I don't want to get political, but anyway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I actually think Arizona, and with if you're going to stay in the United States of America, unless you're going to like totally jump the country.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to live in Arizona, and the reason I say that is because there's no tornadoes, there's no hurricanes, there's no floods. You don't get any of that kind of crap. Just sandstorms.
But they have scorpions.
So what?
Did you know scorpions are attracted to blacklight?
That was random.
Yeah. I had a friend who grew up in Arizona. I have a friend who grew up in Arizona. She has a story that she got so pissed at her parents because she was like, I want a blacklight. And they said, okay. And then it attracted all the scorpions in her room.
Really?
Yeah.
So what you do if you live in Arizona, knowing that there's a good chance you'll get a scorpion in your home, you set up like a well out in the backyard, and you just hang a battery-operated rechargeable blacklight off of it. It just keeps them all in the backyard. What? What did I miss?
Did you not see the comments I put up?
You
Eileen
put
goes,
up comments?
yeah. Eileen goes harsh. Lane, not Eileen. Sorry. Elaine goes harsh. And Mr.
Harsh,
Prism goes
yeah.
without thinking about it. And everyone's Florida.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, maybe I don't find it as funny as you do.
I think Miami Vice painted Florida in a bad light, and a bad thing about Florida is the heat and humidity.
Yeah, you know what? It's not Miami Vice. It's not Miami Vice.
No, and that's not even what I was thinking. I've been to Florida. But like if you're talking about like what everyone poops on, sure. I think every state.
Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, Kentucky gets pooped on a lot. But I was also gonna say like Ohio. Like
Does
I've
Ohio
heard
get pooped on?
in this region it does, because I don't believe this. No hate to Ohio, but I've heard like, oh, the only thing that comes out of Ohio is serial killers or football coaches.
Okay. It's funny without me having any context as to where they got that it's serial killers and football coaches I get.
Yeah. I don't believe that. It's just what was said.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. No.
Sure.
That's from the musical Oklahoma.
No way.
Yeah. Duh. That's the only bit I know about it.
Hey, Vic.
Oh,
Vic's here.
hey, Victor. They glow in black light. They shine them at the walls on the docks here to find them when they come off the ships. That we're talking about scorpions, and that is horrifying.
How dangerous are scorpions really in Arizona? Are they all like deadly poisonous, like snakes or something?
I mean, there are. You won't. From what my friend says, I should say, from what my friend says, it's not that bad. You have to watch out for the baby ones because they don't know when to stop with the venom. So the baby ones are the ones you have to be like careful of. Our most hated city is probably Urk or Amsterdam. Most hated province is Limburg, or for sure. We call the people from Limburg Lost Belgians. They do sound funny. I mean, everyone has an accent in the States, and they all get made fun of for different reasons.
We just don't always think we have an accent because we grew up around the other people who talk like us.
Yeah. My father-in-law is from Kentucky, and he always goes, I don't have an accent. You all have accents.
Mr. Prism, by the way, I subscribe, buddy.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions, or I might wrap this up soon? Because as I said, I got to edit, and I also, it's 6:30. It's dogs feeding time. I got to feed the puppies. So, I don't. My husband will, but...
You got to make sure he does.
Yeah. Did you know platypus also glow under black light? I did hear that. Are they also attracted to black light?
Are they also poisonous?
I think they are.
No.
I think they are.
Like
Look that
all
up.
of them,
I'm
or
not
just
sure.
some of them? Like
I don't
snakes.
know.
Snakes aren't all poisonous, right?
Snakes are actually technically nothing is poisonous. Poison you have to ingest. Venom, it has to be like bitten.
Injected.
So, yeah. So yeah. Hey, my great-great-grandfather was one of the first governors of Ohio, and he declared war on Canada. The U.S. government had to get involved. Leanne, what a claim to fame for your family. That is so interesting.
I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I legitimately, I don't have. Wow.
Mr. Prism says you're a legend. Yeah, male platypus have a stinger in their hind legs. That's fun. It's venomous, yes. I make the mistake all the time. Yeah, I don't think it's the biggest of deals right now, but yeah, venomous is the word we should technically be using. So
Venomous.
Venomous. Okay, Chris, what do you got to promote? What do you want to say?
Make sure you're checking out Fear the Living Pod. If you're gonna search it, Fear the Living Pod, make sure you put pod in there, or you'll find all kinds of other garbage that is not Fear the Living podcast.
The link is in the chat again, so click it.
The link is in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I also have my goal of if I get 1,500 followers by Halloween, I will do the one chip challenge, which I'll explain to you all someday on Fear the Living. More's coming. It has been a little bit over a month since the last Fear the Living. More is coming, and you'll be surprised at the next one. Who's on there and what it's about.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
So, sorry, update on that war. It was over Cleveland. We should have given it to them. Leanne's grandfather, or great-great-grandfather, disagrees. He thought that Cleveland was worth it. You know what? We all think Cleveland's worth it. And then...
I'm a pod person, yes, Julie.
Yeah. Question, are Sunday Lives at this time going to be a regular thing? Yes and no. So, with my bandwidth, the plan is that once a month, I'm going to go live around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. I understand that conflicts with some other people's schedules, and I'm very, very sorry, but this is the best that I can do for myself. So I hopefully won't bother them too much by only doing it once a month. So this was the first one. The next one I already have scheduled, and they might, I should warn, they are probably going to be a little bit random in the way that I will announce them prior to them happening, but I don't know, I'm not planning ahead necessarily. But the next one is going to be Sunday, the 8th of February, and we're going to have a Galentine's Day. And I'm going to have a couple of the ladies of the debunking side of the paranormal come in, and we're going to play some fun games and just have girly time. So if you want to join us in on our girly time for Galentine's Day, please do. Yeah. Yeah, but in the chat, you can't be with us. Girls only. It's the girls' room. So, yeah. What?
So Chris, I get that maybe then I will do it with you. What is he talking about? Or she or whoever?
Ghostus? I don't know. Do you want to talk with Chris? Is that what you're saying, Ghostus? Ghostus has his own channel as well. What was the song, the hard rock and rollers from Cleveland? I don't know. I don't know music. Oh, I jumped to 2 and 10? That's amazing. I really hope that's great. Oh yeah, I reached 200, I think like last week, and I want to say thank you so much for everyone who's helped get to that goal. I really appreciate it. It's fine. I'll catch you when I can. I really appreciate that, Roger. I'll send in Mrs. Prism. Aw, thanks.
The one chip challenge. Okay, all right.
Oh, the one chip challenge. Nice. So yeah, send in Miss Prism. You can also be in the chat. We're just gonna have a couple of the ladies up here chatting and talking. Actually, I can say we're gonna chat about different things, but one of the games we're gonna play, not one of the games, it's the only game we're gonna play, is called Haunt, Possess, Ghost, and it is a form of F, Marry, Kill. So if you
very clean.
Yeah, if you want to haunt the person, and that just means you want to be like around them all the time. Maybe they can interact with you, maybe they can't interact with you, who knows. Possess means you want to take over that person's life, you want to become that person, you're going to possess them. And ghost means you don't want to talk to that person, you want nothing to do with them, you're going to ghost them. So
That's a scary game, actually.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come up with a different groups of things. Like maybe there'll be cryptids, maybe there'll be famous ghost hunting teams. Who knows? Not me, even though I'm making it. So, that being said, I'm going to sign off. Chris, do not leave yet. I'll tell you when you can leave. You can't leave yet. So, I'm going to sign off. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, wherever you are. Have fun. Make sure you have paid your rent. What is that? What is happening?
I'm trying to get out. I can't get out.
Stop it. Make sure you've paid your rent, and that means you need to like this stream. And if you have not already, please subscribe. That will be next month's rent. And over here at Ladies Fright, we try doing this thing where if you do this, sorry, Joan, I got lost. Can you repeat that? Repeat which part? The haunt, possess, ghost. Haunt means you want to be around them and haunt them. Possess means you want to take over their life and body because you're possessing them. And ghost means you want to have nothing to do with them because you're going to ghost them like you would on a dating app. That being said, here at Ladies Fright, we offer 10%. What do I mean by 10%? If you like, comment, or subscribe, I will give you 10%. I could give you 10% more accent. I could give you 10% more likes on the top 5 channel that you are now creating. Or I could give you 10% more listening time with Fear the Living Pod. But you won't know until you like, comment, or subscribe. Or you can do all 3 and you will get 30% because it builds on itself. So that being said, I hope everyone has a good night. We are not freeing Chris. Not hashtag free Chris. Stop it. All of you stop it. I need it to load. No. He is trapped. I hope you all have a good night. Bye.